The head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
Welcome once again to The Head, The Tail, The Whole Damn Thing, with industry professionals Mike D. McCarthy and James Knight. Today's episode, Deadly Friend, and M3GAN 2. Did I mention I really liked M3GAN 2? I hope the boys give it a good rating. I'm still here in Morocco, looking for some flip-flops at the Medina. Not the funky cold kind either. A lot of sandals, not a lot of flip-flops. They speak a lot of French here.
Non, monsieur. Je parle pas.
I can't tell you why I'm here, it's classified. But I will when I return. Take it away, boys.
Oh, how's it going, man? You had a busy day today?
I did. We're trying a new thing at work. We're shifting over to a new program to start organizing everything. So I'm sort of learning the new system and figuring out if this is going to be the best way to go. And we're starting to get very busy. And we were having a meeting today with one of the films that we're starting. And I thought it would be a short meeting. It ended up being like almost 4 hours.
Oh, God. Love that.
Yeah, I just sort of like jumped into,
You get that point in the meeting where somebody goes, anybody have any more questions? And you just look with dagger eyes at everyone around like, no more fucking questions.
I kept checking my
gone
watch.
on long enough. Yeah.
I would just look at my watch and then look at where we were in like the build list and be
in
like,
the agenda. Yeah.
there's still like 3 other big gags we got to talk about. And there's only like another like 45 minutes left.
Yeah. No, we got a couple of goodies today on the docket. And I have to admit, from the beginning, I had never even heard of the first movie until about 2 months ago. When
Really?
somebody mentioned it on the Discord. Yes, I do not know how this totally passed me by, although it's coming out in 1986. And the only thing I can think of is at that time, that was also like Flight of the Navigator had come out. The Goonies was, I think, maybe the year before or the year after this. Monster Squad, The Boy Who Could Fly, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Like
Boy Who Could Fly. What the fuck is that?
9 years old. Well, exactly. It's exactly my point, that I had never even heard of Deadly Friend. And when I told my wife, yeah, we're going to watch Deadly Friend, she was like, oh, really? And I was like, you know this movie?
She knew it?
Yeah. She was like, oh my God, I haven't seen that in forever. And I was like, well, I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
And yeah, we started watching it. And she was like, I thought the girlfriend was the robot. And I knew nothing about it.
You're
and
like,
I was like, what? Oh, fuck you, I think I said. She spoiled it like in the first 10 minutes. I was like, oh man, I know exactly where this is going.
That's pretty good.
I didn't watch a trailer. I didn't read anything. I was like, I'm coming into this one completely oblivious.
Man, I wish, I'm glad you went in completely oblivious because I went in remembering what I had been through before, but I had forgotten a lot of it too.
Well, we'll get into it in a second, but we paired it with the newer feature, which is M3GAN 2.0.
Exactly.
The sequel to
M3GAN.
2022's surprise hit, M3GAN.
Yeah.
Who knew that was going to be good? I didn't really think it was going to be, and then...
Does your daughter like M3GAN?
She loves it. She absolutely loved it.
Great.
In fact, she was the one, she was like, I want to see this movie. And I was like, okay. And then we watched it, and I was like, I like that.
Yeah, you're like, it's not too terrible.
That was great.
Sure. We'll get into that one later.
Fun.
Yeah.
But if I understand correctly, here with an editorial on Deadly Friend is Michael D. McCarthy.
Thanks. I got to tell you, James, I'm upset. When Wes Craven saw Starman, he saw Carpenter was stepping out and doing a sci-fi thing. You see, it doesn't all have to be hills having eyes, living nightmares and shit. Well, let me tell you this, Larry. You mind if I call you Larry? In the immortal words of Walter Sobchak, do you see what happens, Larry? Do you see what happens when you let a stranger fuck your film in the ass? Do you see what happens? Do you see what happens when you cast a cute kid from Little House and tell him it's a romance and it's definitely not going to be a horror movie because that's not what you're doing because Carpenter was right? Not Karen Carpenter, she was dead wrong about hot dogs, or maybe that was Mama Cass. It doesn't matter. What matters is what I'm talking about, the Godfather and slasher John Carpenter. Do you see what happens, Larry? Do you see what happens when you read a young adult book and you want to mix Short Circuit and E.T. and come up with Heartbeeps and Mac and Me? Do you see what happens when you allow Mark Canton at Warner Brothers to tell you to make your sci-fi romance picture and show it to the Fangoria kids? Do you see what happens? The kids fill out forms and make comments like, where's Freddy at? And more dream stuff. You end up forced into 6 kills and 2 nightmare sequences. There hasn't been a film this jumbled since the dog had a flashback sequence in the Hills Have Eyes motocross movie. Do you see what happens, Larry? Do you see what happens when you cast a young, attractive Christy Swanson and have her act like a Terminator, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and trying to play it off like as if her name was Sega? Do you see what happens? Do you see what happens, Larry, when you let Warner Brothers talk you into an ending so bad it makes the Pop and Fresh surgery simian from Monkey Shines look good? I gotta tell you, Larry, this film is a shame. And what happened to Wes is sad. You know what this film pairs well with? Bong rips. What'd you think, James?
I liked it. I was so pleasantly surprised by this jumbled piece of crap, and let me just say, it's not good. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this movie is good, because it is not. It is a mess. But knowing nothing about it, and then, having my wife spoil it a little bit, I was pleasantly surprised so often watching this that at the end of the movie, I couldn't help but have like a giant smile on my face. I mean, listen, it's a jumbled mess. And the story goes from exactly as you said, Short Circuit plus E.T.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has one of the most violent kills, which I had never seen before. I hadn't even seen a clip of that.
That's good.
I screamed with delight when I saw it happen.
So good.
And then it also has some pretty creepy effects, a burnt face, and then the very, very Nightmare on Elm Street popping up through the bed.
Yeah.
There are some very cool moments in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But as I was saying earlier, it really brought me back to that era of like 80s TV movies, which this feels like a lot of the time.
It does.
And
the romance part and the young kids, it does feel like almost like an after-school special about not doing drugs.
Yeah, no, I really kept thinking about the movies. I mentioned it before, Flight of the Navigator and The Boy Who Could Fly, as I was watching this. It was like those movies injected with an overdose of horror elements at times.
Yeah.
But I thought the acting, I mean, look, I think Matthew Laberteau, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his name. He was most famously Albert on Little House on the Prairie for many years. But I think he does actually a pretty good job playing kind of the boy genius in this.
He really is a genius. He's outstanding. Come on. How old is he? 15?
Yeah.
And the one kid's like, oh, he's a freshman in high school? I'm actually going to, robot
Polytech.
School. Yeah.
I'm going to robot brain surgery school. Yeah. I made my own major.
Who knew they had a robot brain surgery school?
Yeah. We're pretty close to copying the human brain in its entirety. This is some dumb, wonderful genius thing like that in the movie.
Yeah.
And then poor Christy Swanson in this movie, who, yes,
her first big movie.
Alert, she will become the robot in this after she gets a microchip put in her brain. Don't blame me, blame my wife. She ruined it for everyone. But I just thought, this poor girl, like, Wes, weren't you looking at the dailies? Weren't you watching and being like, you know what, this isn't working?
Yeah.
Maybe try turning your neck, or let's drop the whole pinch your hand thing that you got going on.
Pinch your hand was her fucking key moment. She's holding on to that.
Oh,
the three-fingered robot hand.
Yes.
Kind of brilliant. Kind of.
It's just one of those things, like, someone should have told her, or they should have worked with it, or maybe Wes was... Did I call him Wes Anderson?
I don't think
That
so.
would be a completely different movie. Wes
Yeah.
Craven was like...
Wes Anderson's a deadly friend. Got a cool, suave 60s soundtrack.
Yeah. Everything's framed really nicely. Yeah, but somebody should have told her. Like, it's not working.
Yeah.
She's fine when she's just the girlfriend and getting beat up by her dad. That's all fine
She's
and
just
good.
fine being beat up by her dad.
And then, in the opening credits, I saw Anne Ramsey is in this movie.
Yeah.
Ma Fratelli is in this movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
She was having her moment, man.
She was.
As crabby old lady.
Yeah. She plays a wonderful crabby old lady.
Oh, one of the best ever.
It's the neighborhood stereotype of that person whose house you want to stay away from. And it's got the big chain link fence around it and combination lock on the... How does the mailman get the mail to her?
No kidding. She comes out of her house with a double barrel shotgun.
Yeah. I mean,
right
that's
there
how I
at the
walk out
door.
of my house, but usually just in boxers, black socks, and a smile.
And then there is, of course, the robot.
BB. Yeah.
BB, the robot in this. And the movie opens up with Paul and his mom are moving cross country into a new house, and they've stopped at like a fast food restaurant, and some like redneck is trying to break into their van while they're away. And instantly, as he's breaking in there, the claw hand of the robot comes out and begins to choke him. I think you also get that, like, what I call predator vision. It's not heat vision, but like anytime they give you the point of view from the killer and it's all distorted or pixelated or something like that.
Yeah.
I like that effect.
There's nothing wrong with that effect.
No.
Because it speaks to the time. It's like 8-bit fucking digitized graphics.
But I mean, like, they use that. It's not the same effect, but of course it's in Predator, it's in Wolfen, it's in a lot of movies from the 80s, and I kind of always dig that. Not just the POV shot, but the different way of seeing things.
Yeah.
I think is cool. Well,
yeah, totally.
The robot will let him go, but I guess we're just establishing that the robot is dangerous right from the beginning.
The robot is a protector.
But
that's what the robot is. He's got the robot sitting in the car all by itself, and what looks like a truck stop.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you'd get arrested nowadays. Someone would call Robot Protective Services, and they would be like, "You cannot leave your robot in the car. You didn't even crack a window, you monster."
Yeah, come on. Is he even plugged into the cigarette lighter?
But then they get to their house, they're all moving into their new place, and he opens the van up, and down comes the robot. And it is very short circuit, very cutesy sort of
Short Circuit
design.
beat this movie by about 6 months.
Oh, really?
And that's too bad. Had this come prior to Short Circuit, this one might have been a blockbuster, and Short Circuit might have been a piece of shit nobody cared about.
I don't know about that. I don't know what can save this beautiful turd, honestly. But also the robot. It's funny. I kind of caught on pretty quick because the robot is not making beep boop noises, right? It sounds like a gremlin. It sounds like a little...
Charles Fleischer did the voice of the robot.
And you know who that is?
Why don't you tell me?
Roger Rabbit.
Nice.
He's the guy who did the voice of Roger Rabbit. And if you listen to BB, he does that thing that thing that Roger Rabbit does all the time when he's like, "Please, Eddie." I can't do Roger Rabbit, but you know what I mean? And after about the 4th time of hearing that, I was like, that has got to be Roger Rabbit. So I checked it out in the
Nice.
film. Yeah.
That is good.
This has been a Hollywood Minute.
Nice. Well done, my deadly friend.
Oh, but yeah, all the neighborhood kids are like, "Is that a robot? Whoa!" His buddy Tom makes his entrance. Tom's going to spend a lot of time falling down in this movie. Did you notice that?
Yes.
He's always fainting, always falling down. Like, get a glass of water, dude.
Eat a little bit more.
But yeah, that's when they have that conversation where he's like, oh, you're starting your sophomore year? He's like, no, actually, I'm a student at the Polytechnic working on robot brain surgery.
Yes.
And he's like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Nerd.
Yeah. And they cut over to the university. You meet the professors, and I think Paul will end up teaching class at some point with a bunch of brain surgery, robotic gobbledygook on a blackboard.
He's like 15, right?
Yeah.
He's teaching class.
Yeah, to a bunch of college kids. Hey, he's a genius.
He's Doogie Howser with a fucking wrench.
They are establishing that he is a genius. Which is funny, because later in the movie, he will act like such not a genius that it is quite striking.
Well, geniuses are not necessarily known for common sense.
I guess this is a very good point.
Yeah.
You make a very good point.
Book smarts, no street smarts. You go to some guy on the street and say, hey, should we turn your dead girlfriend into a robot? No, man. That's a terrible idea.
Just leave her the way she is. All right, get away from me, fucking creep. Well, we get shots of like the robot now. It's mowing the lawn. It's super cute. It's so cutesy, this part of the movie.
You fell in love with the robot, didn't you?
I did.
So did I.
Who didn't? Who didn't fall in love with the robot? Of course. It's making cute noises. It's doing funny tricks. They speed it up every once in a while. The frame rate speeds up. So, look at that robot go.
Yeah.
But you also meet around this time is when Christy Swanson, the next door neighbor, comes out. Oh, she's cute. I guess she's into nerds. And she's got bruises. Uh-oh.
Mm.
Yeah, we've
Barbie
already
doesn't have bruises.
We've already established in this movie the neighborhood a little bit. Like you got Ann Ramsey, grumpy old Elvira is her name, peering through the blinds. Like, I don't like kids. And then Sam, that's Christy Swanson's character's name, Samantha. Her dad, you can hear him like in the house, like, where's my whiskey, you dumb bitch? Like, most sort of stereotypically.
I'm playing over the top drunk dad. How dare you tell me what to do? Yeah.
And Paul will ask Tom about Samantha. He's like, hey, do you know anything about my next door neighbor? And Tom is like, great tits, right?
Yeah. Speaking like a true neighborhood kid. Yeah.
Do kids still talk like that?
I hope
they
so.
Do.
I hope so.
They do. First thing.
Because he's not wrong.
Great tits. And Paul's like, yeah. You're right.
Paul's mom wasn't too bad either, I'll be honest.
She's no Sally Hawkins, but she'll do in a pinch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they pass by Elvira's house with the robot, and she comes just threatening the kids with a 12 gauge, a double barrel, like, get off my... And they're not even on her lawn. They're just like, get away from my gate.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, you can't threaten kids with a 12 gauge anymore.
It was a different time.
Yeah, I know.
It really was.
Sad.
You do it once, and all of a sudden there's a big problem. Everybody in the neighborhood.
It's just got rock salt in it. Remember when you could put rock salt in a shotgun and fire it at kids in your orchard? Just to sting them in the ass with rock salt?
That's right. They get what's coming to them.
Times really have gone to shit.
We're also going to meet the random motorcycle gang.
Oh, yeah.
Just a bunch of white guys on dirt bikes. They really look like crew members from the movie.
Yeah. Listen, those guys smoke cigarettes, so I'd be careful if I were you.
But yeah, Carl, I think, is the name of the chief motorcycle goon. And he's like, oh, what's this robot? What's this walking trash can? Look at this thing. And he's hitting it.
Yeah.
He's crossing a bridge too far already.
The beginning of this movie plays out like a list of people who are going to die soon. Right? It's like, here's somebody being an asshole. Here's somebody being an asshole. Here's somebody being an asshole. Robot has witnessed all three.
This robot has a sense of justice about it.
Thank God someone does.
Yeah, because BB will put some crushed nuts on a sundae and grabs him by the crotch. And they ride off scared.
Yeah.
Well, the next night, Sam comes over to Paul's house with a box of cookies.
Yeah.
Fuck yes. The box of cookies. Almost Home. Is that the name of those cookies? It was a very 80s brand, and it was very prominently displayed. He's like, oh, I love these. You can almost hear movies budget expanding.
Product placement.
Totally.
I love these.
Yeah, Sam goes into his room, posters of Einstein and Bach and Beethoven and transistors and diodes on the desk. Like, oh, he's super smart, but her dad's going to get wind real quick.
Oh, you can't just go giving cookies to boys, goddammit.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Knocks on the door, and Paul's mom comes down. Yeah, Samantha here. Not happy. She comes down like, oh, he was just showing me his room.
Yeah.
That's not what you want to tell your drunk, abusive dad.
Yeah, no. Because we all know what showing you the room means.
That's right. Paul's got a couple of D batteries in his jeans pocket right now.
Is that a banana in your pocket, Paul? He pulls a banana out.
I'll take that. He grabs his daughter. They leave. And this is when you will get, I think, one of the first dream sequences. Is that true what you said in your write-up, that like they had bugged Wes Craven to do more dream sequences in this? Or was he just too close to Nightmare on Elm Street and put him in? Because it does have maybe one too many.
Here's what really happened. Wes Craven was making this movie as a sci-fi romance, like Starman, because he saw Starman and he wanted to make a movie like it. It was not a horror movie. It was a sci-fi romance, which is how he hooked Matthew and told him it wasn't going to be a horror movie, because all Wes had done at that point was horror movies. And the one he had done prior to that, I think, was Hills Have Eyes sequel, which went very, very, very poorly. Like I said in the editorial, the dog has a flashback in that movie.
Oh, that you weren't making that up?
I'm not making that up.
Oh my goodness. I thought that was just random delusional gobbledygook.
No, it's because they didn't have enough money to finish that movie, so they had to like come up with other ways. So they padded it out with footage from the first film and did it as a flashback from the dog.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, Wes Craven wanted to make his version of Starman, a romance and robot, blah, blah, blah. Based on a book, by the way.
Starman, which is a great movie. I mean, that's a great movie.
It is. But this was based on a book by Diana Henstel. She wrote the book, which actually came out in 1985, like the year before, or shortly before they started production.
And the book was just called Friend, right?
It's just called Friend, yeah. Because the friend wasn't that deadly. So, I mean, the plot was the same. She gets killed by her abusive father. Sorry, spoiler alert. And he puts the brain to his robot into her, and it animates her. Now, the book has a different ending. It's sort of a sad ending, I guess, but it's more of a coming-of-age YA love story about loss and so on and so forth.
About a boy taking control of a girl's body? Sounds very 80s. Great.
Yeah, legit.
I can turn her on with a remote control. This is great.
Zingo! So Wes, about 2 weeks before they finished filming, started to doubt himself.
Oh,
and
my
he
gosh.
went, let me put in a dream sequence that's kind of like a nightmare. So he did. He shot the first dream sequence, which is the one where she thinks that she stabbed her father.
Yeah, this is the one that's coming up right at this point in the movie. She dreams her dad comes in. He's very gross and leering at her and getting a little too close and a little too touchy. She jabs him in the heart with a broken vase or something.
So apparently he shot that sequence. And then when they showed it to the test audiences, Mark Canton, one of the top executives at Warner Brothers at the time, they showed it to test audiences. Of course, they get a bunch of young Fangoria kids. Oh, this is a new film by Wes Craven. Hills Have Eyes, Nightmare on Elm Street, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
They see this movie that is not a horror movie, but they see this dream sequence, and they're like, what the fuck? You need more stuff like that. So they upped all the kills, changed all the kills, changed the ending, and added another dream sequence. So that is essentially what happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Wes didn't want to do any of this, but he was forced into it. So...
I guess he never should have doubted himself in the beginning and put that in there.
Yeah, but I mean, they could have just watched it and went, this is a stupid movie, who cares?
Yeah, it sounds like it was the wrong audience, too. I mean, the right audience, because they're Wes Craven fans, but, fan bases, they love change, They really love it when you change things up.
They sure do. They're a big fan of that.
Yeah. That effect that we're talking about there, where she breaks off the vase and sticks it in
Yeah.
his chest, is so ridiculous and over the top because it's like blood bukkake. He just sits there and he just sprays it all over her face, and she's just like in bed, quivering, like the whole time.
And I gotta think it couldn't have been that bloody, right? Because it feels like they had to go back and reshoot and add some more blood to that, because for a movie to not have anything in it, or to have very tame kills that are just like a strangulation or knock down some stairs or something like that, to just go to blood cocky all over her face, come on.
It is so excessive. It's
ridiculous. Yeah.
Ridiculously excessive. And like I said, having not seen this movie, I knew nothing about it. All of a sudden that happened, and I was like, whoa!
Yeah. Out of left field. What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, shortly after that is when the kids lose their basketball, because they're all playing basketball. Tom and Paul and Sam and BB. And listen, BB sucks. He sucks at basketball. Did you notice that robot's terrible?
BB doesn't have reach. He's not tall enough. He can't dribble.
No touch.
He's got no touch.
No. In fact, he takes the basketball and he launches it backwards into mean old lady Elvira's yard.
Yeah.
And Ramsey.
Almost like he did it on purpose.
She's like, I'm keeping this ball. My property, my ball.
Yeah.
I wonder, too, do kids have interactions like that anymore?
I'm sure they do.
Well, everybody's so safe. I don't see a lot of kids playing like neighborhood baseball or things like that, knocking balls into people's yards.
Mm-hmm.
We dealt with that shit all the time. Crabby, grumpy neighbors. Kids, get off my lawn.
Well, you put a softball off the side of someone's house. Dong! They're like, what the fuck? And then you're out there with a baseball bat? I'm going to yell at you, too.
Just give them their ball, man.
Come on, we're just having fun.
But then at Halloween, the kids have had enough. They're doing like pranks and stuff, like shaving cream on people's cars and toilet paper and that kind of stuff. They're just out there having some harmless fun. But Tom's like, hey, let's go prank Elvira. You know, she did threaten you with a shotgun. Gauge, with a double barrel shotgun.
I don't know that you want to prank her on Halloween night.
Yeah. But it doesn't stop them, because he's like, well, BB could figure that combination out in a matter of seconds. Like, really? Yeah. Claw hand does the combination.
Yeah.
And I think Sam goes up to ring the doorbell. They're going to ding-dong ditch.
Mm-hmm.
More harmless fun. And then she hits the doorbell and a, fire alarm goes off. Like a huge security alarm.
Yeah. Kind of nuts.
Trips down the stairs. Oh, no. And somehow they just don't run back the direction they came.
Instead of going 10 feet to the sidewalk and off of her property, instead they decide to hide in a bush on her property, but leave BB on the fucking sidewalk. All right? I'm sorry. Don't leave fucking BB in the way of the old lady.
No.
Because this is the most upsetting scene in the movie.
Oh, yeah. Terrible.
We've fallen in love with this goddamn robot.
We have. He's got those flappy little eyebrows, an expressive little face. He's making cute gremlin noises.
Yeah. He's doing funny stuff. He's messing with the bad guys, picking the bully up by the balls. BB's a heartfelt love.
Well, BB comes wheeling into her yard, and she doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So she gives him both barrels. Blam!
Yeah.
Blam! And then,
she give him
oddly enough,
a third barrel.
I was like, how many shells are in that gun? Yeah. She shoots him 3 times with
Did she have time to reload while he was standing? Everyone just horrifically watching BB get blown to pieces?
There are times in movies where you're like, I've lost track of how many bullets, was it 6 shots or only 5? Right?
To tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I forgot myself.
Well, BB does not feel lucky because he gets blown away by an extra bullet, explodes everywhere.
Yeah.
Paul's distraught, screaming, wailing on the lawn.
I would have been too. I mean, I forgot about this. And I was like, whoa, no, you can't kill BB. No, I'm like upset at this point.
And then, of course, Elvira Ann Ramsey gives a little smirk of satisfaction as she goes back into the house.
Because it's okay to fire a shotgun in a neighborhood.
3 times on Halloween night. Bunch of kids running around.
Yeah. Just blast it off towards the sidewalk. Shooting a robot. That could be a kid in a costume.
Exactly. It pans away, and you can see that her bird shot has actually tagged 4 other kids on the sidewalk.
There's a dead Casper the Friendly Ghost.
A dead Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, slumped against a tree. Let me tell you, brother. Ah!
And we're going to get a little passage of time, because now we got Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Paul's been a little messed up, but Sam comes over for Thanksgiving. Her dad's next door crushing cans of Old Milwaukee on the couch.
Yeah.
That's going to be his Thanksgiving. Paul walks Sam back home, and there's a little teenage magical kiss that happens there. And Sam sneaks back in the house and goes to sneak past her dad on the couch, and her dad is not on the couch.
No, he is not asleep on the couch. In fact, he is somewhere else.
And I have to say, Wes Craven, this is actually good tension. This is a good build-up of this part in the movie.
Wes Craven knows how to make a movie. You give him money, he knows how to do it.
He shouldn't have second-guessed himself on this, because I wondered what he would have made.
A lot of people feel the same way. I mean, there was a cut that was screened to people at one point. It's just, who has that cut, or is it even still in existence? The problem with films from the 80s and prior to that is a lot of times some of that extra footage just got thrown out because it wasn't going to be used. You finish your film, you finished your cut. It just gets thrown into a room somewhere, and no one really cares about it, and pretty soon it's just gone. So who knows if any of that's still in existence. It's kind of magical when that shit sort of pops up. There's a lot of like photo evidence, like, oh, here's some scene that's not in the movie, and here's some scene that's not in the movie, because apparently there's a lot of stuff that was in the movie that was cut out and replaced with a lot of other stuff. So,
well, I don't think it would have ever gotten past the kind of teenage romance that it promises in the beginning. You know, this wasn't going to be Starman or anything like that. It doesn't have nearly the kind of scope that that movie does. You know, it's all in the neighborhood or at the university. It's pretty contained and everything. But yeah, it's interesting to think what could have been. But yeah, here she is at home. Dad's nowhere around. She creeps up the stairs, and he grabs her from behind. Jump scare, where have you been? Well, I was over there studying. Don't lie to me, you bitch.
Nobody studies on Thanksgiving. You shouldn't have gone that route.
Dad's like
she's learning about anatomy.
Deep. She's learning about the back of hands specifically in this moment as she gets knocked down the steps.
Yeah.
And cracks her neck on the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
Dad, get up. Walk it off. Rub some dirt on it.
Yeah.
Saying all those dad things. Like, oh, shit.
Classic.
Cut to ambulance coming out with Sam, you know, like neck brace and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Dad's like, I told her to clean her stuff off the steps. But we all know what happened.
Yeah. Dad's a
son of a bitch. Yeah.
But BB can't take care of Dad. Because BB was blown to pieces
by that miserable Miss Elvira.
Yeah.
It's one calamity after another for Paul at this point. His genius is getting pushed to the breaking point, as we will soon see.
Growing up is tough. Growing up is even tougher when someone kills your robot and then your girlfriend.
Yeah. What's a robotic brain surgeon supposed to do?
Yeah.
I mean, really, there's only one course of action for him to take.
He puts 2 and 2 together.
He does. How about these brains during the brain surgery, huh? We get a little clip of the gray matter here.
Yeah.
The doctors are like, I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah.
What kind of surgery is this?
I had to wonder that too.
Yeah.
Like,
Does a brain really look like that?
No, it doesn't really look like that. But, you know, it was a different time. I'm not blaming Lance Anderson, who did the makeup effects for this movie. I mean, he was doing what he had to do.
There are some good ones, and there are some bad ones. And the brains in particular in this are like, what is that? Mm-hmm. What am I looking at? But, you know, Paul's putting 2 and 2 together, as you said. He's got BB's brain chip. He goes to Tom.
Yeah, he does.
Your dad's got the keys to the hospital. I need your keys.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to pull the plug at 10 o'clock. I can save Sam. And Tom's like, save Sam? How do you figure on doing that?
Yeah, what?
And then it cuts to the outside of the house, and you just hear Tom yelling, "Are you out of your fucking mind?"
What? No.
Yes, Mark Wahlberg. It is a particularly funny little bit of ADR, additional dialogue recording, because they were like,
It is.
we need a reaction from Tom, but that never got filmed. So we'll just do an exterior shot of the house and have him scream, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" But it has such a, again, like a TV movie feel to it.
Yeah.
You know, cutting to the suburban house as he screams that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. But if they want to get to the hospital that night, they're going to have to get past Paul's mom, so they do what any teenager does.
Yeah, what's that?
They roofie mom.
Yeah.
You remember those days?
Yeah.
He's
I don't think we ever roofied mom. Don't worry,
I don't
Mom.
think we
didn't.
needed to.
Yeah. Mom roofied herself.
Self-roofying.
Yeah. These boys are roofers.
They put it in her coffee, and then they slowly wait for her to pass out on the couch before they take the keys to her van, and they drive to the hospital. But little do they know, in the hospital, Sam's dad is there with the doctors, and he's like, "Well, you might as well do it." And they're like, "Well, it's not
How
time
long has
yet."
it been?
I think it's been like 24 hours. I think this is 24 hours. But he's
ready
like,
to pull the plug.
yeah, they're going to pull the plug at 10 or 9 or whatever it ends up being. And he's like, "Just go ahead and do it." And they're like, so she is dead. So all of Paul and Tom's plans are for naught. But it doesn't stop Paul from putting Sam's dead body in a laundry hamper and bringing it back down to Tom.
Yeah.
Poor Tom. You got to figure, what have I gotten myself into?
He's trying not to be a dick about the whole thing, but at some point he's got to be a dick about the whole thing. Because, listen, she's dead. We're stealing the body. We roofied your mom. We're stealing a dead body, and we're going back to your place to do what? How did we get here?
I mean, Paul is really pushing the bounds of friendship on this one.
He is.
Oh, my
He's
God.
become the deadly friend.
But yeah, now Paul is inserting the brain chip from the robot into Sam's dead body.
Yeah.
Little section of the brain matter there.
That little spot that's opened up.
And then he's like, let me just see if it works. And he pulls out a remote control and pushes a button, and Sam's leg moves and Tom faints. Oh my God. Yeah. He's had a hell of a time here.
Yeah. I don't understand the science behind how this works. Taking the computer chip that is unpowered.
It's genius stuff, man.
And okay, it's above
stuff.
me. I probably wouldn't get it.
Yeah, no. I mean, there was the whole scene earlier where Paul is teaching people in class, and if you were paying attention, it was very clear about the connection that's made between the microchip and the cerebellum.
I wasn't paying attention during that part, because at that part it was... yeah. I gotta tell you,
is great.
I was as high as a giraffe's ass when I watched this movie. And I looked over at my wife, Grace. It was after the Anne Ramsey kill, which we haven't gotten to yet.
Oh, God.
And I looked at her and I said, "This might be the greatest movie ever." And then I said, "Or I'm just really high."
Well, I was not high when I watched this, and I had a hell of a good time. I won't lie. I had a hell of a good time with this terrible, terrible movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so she's moving. They put this now walking corpse, robot, cyborg, something in the garage, and they go back into Paul's house.
Because that's what you're going to do with your dead girlfriend, is you're going to put her in the garage.
Sure, she had a sleeping bag. She'll be fine.
Yeah, just zip it
Get a
up.
remote control.
I turned her off.
Yeah, I told her she looked fat in those jeans, and she went,
"Ooh." I put on the Three Stooges, and she went, "Ooh."
That's right. I told her, "You really are starting to look just like your mother." Boo, boo, boo.
I started to watch football.
I suggested that she might be overreacting, and she just shut right down.
I asked her where she wanted to go to dinner. And that just put her into a loop.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but they get back into Paul's house, and his mom has still not moved.
Yeah.
Do they kill his mom? He's really having the worst day of his whole life right now.
Tom's been put through the ringer at this point.
Oh, my God.
We stole Dad's keys. We drugged your mom. We stole a dead body. We plugged her in. She might be alive again, but your mom might be dead.
Yeah.
I gotta go home.
Yeah. Well, thankfully she's not dead. Paul wakes her up.
Yeah.
But yes, Tom's like, I'm gonna check out now.
Yeah.
I need some rest.
I'm about tapped out today.
Oh yeah. Paul will go back into the garage and he will turn her on again.
Yeah.
And this is when we get this robo zombie acting with the pincher fingers and all that stuff from Christy Swanson. She's got some
she worked with a mime.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Then they probably felt like, well, they have an expert here working with her, so we'll just
and
do
I
what
bet
they
the mime
say.
was like, you know what says a robot? Is the robot nearby? May I see it?
Are you suggesting the mime actually spoke? Because I'm pretty sure that's against their code of mimehood.
Well, this is a podcast. I can't just mime a bunch of shit at the camera. And then you laugh.
That mime should have been trapped in a box for eternity after this. This was a bad idea. She's got pincher hands. She doesn't blink. She can't move her neck. I mean, she will be consistent with it throughout this movie.
Sure. I mean, if you're going to lean into it, lean in hard.
Yeah, be consistent. I felt bad for her.
Yeah. And again, not to blame Lance Anderson or the makeup crew, but the inconsistency of the crazy blue-looking eyeshadow around her eyes and nose and fingers. And then in other sequences, it's very subtle. And sometimes it's really heavy, and it just makes me feel like there was a different person doing the makeup that day, which is entirely possible. And it was the 80s. You're looking at Polaroids. You don't have dailies that you're looking at. You don't have digital cameras that you're looking at. So it was a tougher time to be consistent with things. But I was like, ooh, that's not a great choice. Like, that color's a little blue and a little heavy, and then it's not, and it looks better, and then it's heavy again.
Well, knowing what we know about this movie, and that it started off as one thing and then it became something else, I now wonder about how much was reshoots, how much was it
was a lot.
Was added on.
Anne Ramsey's original death, she was just had her head slammed through the front door of the house. There's a shot of the outdoor of the house. I even think you see it in the trailer where you see Christy Swanson as the robot behind Anne Ramsey, and then you just see hits her, and then Anne busts through part of the door, and it's like a quick cut. But no, that's not how she dies in this movie.
And we are getting there because our robot now is out for vengeance. She doesn't stay down, and she goes missing from the garage. And Paul is like, "Where could she have gone?" and runs all around the neighborhood. I mean, not a genius move, Paul.
Yeah.
There's only a couple of places she could go.
Exactly.
Obviously, you should check her old house first.
Yeah, because that's where she's going to go first, you'd think.
Mm-hmm. Her dad next door sees the door open. Oh, somebody coming in my house? And then he sees, the door to the basement is open. What's somebody going into my basement?
Yeah.
And then he is going down the basement stairs and he sees...
He's got to be 5 old Milwaukee's deep at this point.
He sees a bottle of whiskey like old granddad or some shit on the steps. And he's like, ooh, piece of candy.
Yeah.
Reaches down
to
grab it. And of course, there's a person under the stairs. What can you say? Wes Craven?
Which is also a Wes Craven movie.
Yeah.
There were a whole bunch of people under the stairs.
Grabs his hand, he falls down. Oh, and there she is, Robo daughter, back from the grave, ready for vengeance. He tries to brain her with a shovel. She catches it in her hand, tosses it back like a spear, sticks in the rafter. Oh, I'm sorry. He tries to hit her and she grabs his hand and
breaks it. Good effect, too. That's a good foam latex solid hand with armature wire in it, and it's in a position and it just gets bent backwards the wrong way. It's clever. It's nice. It's fun.
Yeah.
It tells the story.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah.
And then with pincher hand, she grabs him by the neck and gives him the fucking Darth Vader lift.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up in the air. And then breaks his neck. It's really kind of a silly little kill.
Yeah. Well, I think they probably added the hand. I bet that was something they added.
Well, they definitely make up for it here in a second, because Paul finally comes around like, oh man, I can't find her anywhere. Well, I guess I should check where she used to live. Actually, I think he sees
Good thinking,
smoke.
genius.
He sees smoke rising from the chimney. Black smoke. Huh.
Her dad never used the fireplace before. That's odd.
Well, it's the furnace in the basement is like a carbon monoxide nightmare. It literally is like a coal-burning furnace with like the coal shovel and the bin and all that shit.
It really is, isn't it? It's true, because there is like a coal bin and there was a shovel down there, and that's the kind of furnace it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is legit.
Maybe her dad wasn't actually drunk. He was just delusional from all the carbon monoxide poisoning.
Maybe that's why she's a little wooden at times.
She's just really sleepy.
Yeah. So tired, Paul.
Paul goes into the house and sees Sam in the basement, and there's her dad face first into the furnace.
Yeah.
Oh no, Sam, what did you do? And then takes her dad out and hides him in the coal bin and buries him in there.
Yeah. Because,
again,
what else are you going to do?
Not a genius move, Paul.
No.
I mean, Sam legally, technically, is dead. No one thinks she's around, so she can't be a suspect. All you got to do is say, hey, I saw the door open and some black smoke pouring from the chimney.
Yeah.
And call the cops. You'd be fine, but no.
I'm pretty sure he killed himself. As you can tell, he was drunk. He was getting ready to shovel coal when he slipped and fell headfirst into the furnace.
That's a more genius explanation than what Paul will come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we cut now to Lady Crabapple herself, Elvira, Ann Ramsey, watching the bad seed on TV. How about that one?
Yeah, that's
Classic.
good. That's a classic. And then does she hear a noise and she looks out the window and she sees Robot Christie across the street? I'm just calling her Robot Christie. In the window of her bedroom or something. And she's like, that little girl's dead. Yeah, I'm just using her inner monologue.
That's pretty good. Now she calls the cops.
Uh-huh.
There's something fishy going on. And the cops got like a fistful of pastrami, like, oh, God, Elvira again. I'm just trying to eat my sandwich in peace. Let a man have a hoagie. But Elvira goes back to the movie, and Pinchy fingers open the gate like they did before. And the basketball comes bouncing into Elvira's parlor in slow motion.
Yeah. It's a good reshoot.
She grabs a shotgun. Like, look out, because that thing's got 3 bullets. It's a very small,
deceptive shotgun. There's a third barrel hidden there.
Let me just say, as does happen in movies and horror movies every once in a while, so this is a very mean, very paranoid old lady, but apparently justified in all her paranoia because someone does break into her house and kill her in the end. So all the things that she tried to avoid in her life, her nightmare is coming true. Yeah, I think she actually says something like, damn shids. It's like supposed to be kids. But it sounds like shits. It's kind of like she portmanteaus it into one word there.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah. When you take 2 words and stick them together.
I do that all the time. I just thought it was an illness with me.
It's called a portmanteau.
Oh, nice.
The old portmanteau trunks that they used to have, 2 halves on it. Like Wikipedia. Combination of wiki and encyclopedia.
What? This has been a Hollywood Vocabulary Minute?
Let's talk about this kill, though.
Uh-huh.
Because here she is in her house. She kind of gets thrown against the wall. Ann Ramsey does. And there she is.
Mm-hmm.
Picks up the basketball and then take us blow by blow through this. Because she throws that basketball with so much force, it explodes the woman's head. And we just watched Scanners the other day with our $4 whole damn thing members. And this is not as good as the Scanners head explosion.
No.
It's a pretty fucking great head explosion, man.
It is great.
So shocking.
Yeah. So she takes the basketball And Anne Ramsey turns around. She looks surprised to see Christy standing there with the basketball. Christy throws the basketball. Now you cut to what we call a cowboy, a medium shot, head and shoulders, essentially. This is a dummy. If you pause it, you see it's Anne Ramsey with a horrified look on her face, mouth agape. It's kind of thrown together. It looks a little bit like Anne Ramsey mixed with Peter Boyle from Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein.
Yeah. It's a little rough. So I think the head is a plaster head. A thin-shelled plaster head that's painted with hair laid on top of it and a wig on top of it.
You definitely see the shell in there, I think, when it breaks.
It's full of blood. So when you hit it with this big projectile, it just comes apart. But it comes apart in chunks and pieces and breaks like you just shattered an egg. Right?
Yeah, it's sledge-o-matic. It's a Gallagher show.
Yeah, but it's absolutely. But it's a standing dummy that's just like the shoulders, because I said they're shooting it in a cowboy, so it's probably being held on the ground by like C-stands. It rocks a little bit when it gets hit, but doesn't fall over. But then we cut, I think, away and then back to, now you've got, Anne Ramsey has gotten taller and skinnier, and there is a fake shoulder with a neck on top of the stunt person that's playing her, and you got the arms going crazy like the Reanimator kind of thing, and it's just pumping a ridiculous amount of blood as she bounces off the wall and falls around and stumbles, which just adds a lot more fun to the gag. And yeah, you guys can look this, just look up basketball kill. Like, Mom, just go to YouTube right now. I mean, you're going to have to open up another app on your phone. Just pause us, go to YouTube, just look up Deadly Friend Basketball Kill. That's all you need. It's about a 1.5-minute clip. You're going to get to see it. You'll see the plaster head come apart with all the blood. It's amazing. And then you'll see whoever is in there flop around, and then fall down dead. But yeah, this is a great clip. It is the best part of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
It takes you by surprise.
Oh, it's such surprise.
Yeah. That is the head and the tail of it.
It is an A+ moment in a C- movie. For sure.
Yeah. 100%.
So great.
100%. Yeah.
Well, we are going to get this horrifying basketball surprise followed up with another freak out moment, another nightmare moment where Paul is asleep in bed.
And we think Paul's going to get a little head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something happens. The ball rolls into his room now, and then he's kind of looking at his covers and...
Oh, yeah. Something is coming up underneath the covers, and I'm thinking, maybe Robot Girlfriend come up to say a little hello.
See watch those pinchy hands.
Yeah. Be careful with those pinchy hands, girl. You gotta make sure you know what your crush pressure is.
That's right. You gonna grease my axle? Well, no. Pulls the covers back, and it is the burnt head of her father poking out of the bed.
Yeah.
And he bursts out of the bed.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very Freddy Krueger.
It is totally Freddy Krueger. A burned bad guy jumping out of the bed. Come on.
Yeah. Is this what Wes Craven added into this movie? After the Fangoria kids be like, you need more stuff like that. He was like, shit.
I think it was the first dream sequence, but it could have been this dream sequence. I don't know. I mean, unfortunately, Wes is no longer with us, and there's a limited amount of things out there to find out about this film. And I wasn't able to speak to any of my friends that worked on it. So I can't say which one came first, but I feel like it was the stabby dad and not the Bernie head dad.
This is a good scare, actually, in this movie. I think it's got good tension. It's got a good reveal.
Yeah.
I think it's a good little scare.
Sure.
And it has just come hot on the heels of the basketball one. So
yeah.
At this point, I'm loving this movie.
You're like horror film?
This is great.
Indeed.
Yeah, I forgot all about the horrifying death of the robot.
Yeah.
That happened like 20 minutes before.
Now the robot's getting revenge.
Yes. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Sweet vengeance.
Absolutely.
Well, now the neighbors are gathering. There's like a bunch of people as Elvira's headless body is being wheeled out on a body bag. You know, amigos are dropping like flies at this point. We got the guy next door. We got the guy across the street. It's not going to take a police detective forever to sort of triangulate where this is all coming from.
3 people have died in 48 hours.
Yeah. All around your house.
Yeah, totally.
And Paul has locked Sam in the attic for her protection, but she breaks out of the attic and finds a picture of her and Tom and Paul.
And BB.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yes. And she looks in the mirror and realizes that she is the robot.
Yeah.
She realizes that the robot was inside her the whole time. That sounds weird. Unless you're into that kind of thing.
I mean, it is 2025.
But she's got some robo tears coming out. Like she's coming to this hard realization. And she shows Paul the photo. They're kind of having maybe this touching moment. Perhaps this is what the movie used to be or what the movie was leading up to. But unfortunately, it's the only acting bit that Christy Swanson really gets to sink her teeth into is this. And she just has to maintain her stupid mime pinchy fingers and not being able to fucking move her neck. So
she's got a mime silently standing off to the left of the camera, pointing at her and not saying anything.
With an invisible clipboard and an invisible pen, just taking notes silently,
taking
glaring
silent,
at her.
invisible notes. Cocking his hat that doesn't appear to be there.
That's right. Well, that mime does not like what he sees.
Dressed in black and white stripes.
Well, Tom has been around and has seen all these people dying, and he's like, I gotta tell. She's killing people. He's come over and he's talking to Paul and his mom. And he runs out the door, and our deadly friend takes a leap out of the second floor window.
Yeah.
And tackles him on the ground.
Hell of a stunt.
Yeah. She's like the T-1000, just bursting through the window, tackles him. And Paul's like, no! He jumps in there, tries to save Tom. There's a bit of a tussle between the two, and she grabs Paul. It looks like she might hurt Paul. And then the realization comes, and she stops, and she runs away. I mean, she runs like a person.
Yeah.
The mime must have been so pissed.
No, man.
Just silently screaming at her. That's not
holding his fist to the air.
And she's supposed to move like she's got rollers for feet.
Yeah. We went over this. But he doesn't actually say that.
Paul chases after her, and the motorcycle goon catches up with him in the alleyway. Paul can't find Sam anywhere, but there's the motorcycle goon. He's like, your stupid robot's not around to help you out.
Yeah,
stupid. He starts roughing up Paul. Poor nerdy Paul gets thrown into some trash cans full of like dry paper products, so no costumes are injured in the filming of the scene. But then Sam appears and, motorcycle goon, your time has come.
Yeah.
And she does like a Ultimate Warrior style gorilla press.
Yeah.
Right over her head.
It's pretty good. I wish this asshole had a worse death. It feels a little cheaty to me.
Yeah.
She could have Ultimate Warrior suplexed him into the pavement. That would have been fun.
At this point, you have blown up a woman's head with a basketball. You've burnt some guy's face off, and he's come leaping through the couch. Yeah, she could have punched through him or something, or thrown him through the windshield of the cop car that pulls up. Instead, he just hits the windshield, and he dies from the impact.
Yeah.
But now the cops are there, and Robot Sam has got like 5 stars in Grand Theft Auto. Cops are just coming around every corner. She's trying to get away. But she makes it into Paul's garage where they have a moment, and she's got that predator robot vision.
Yeah, the predator robot vision goes red when she's angry and going to kill somebody, and then it goes back to normal.
But it's also going and fading to like regular human vision.
Yeah.
She's somehow coming through the robot a little bit, her personality. She realizes who she is. And that's when she has that moment where her pinchy fingers, instead of 3 closing tripod hand, it goes to 5 digits moving all on their own. And you can almost hear, if you listen to that scene, the mime weeping just off camera.
Silently crying.
That's what they've been working for this whole movie. Just the prestidigitation, just individual fingers moving.
Yes. The teacher sees the student complete the task.
That is some high-class mimery going on right there. Well, cops get to the house. They see Paul. They see Sam. They pull their gun. Paul, get away. And the cop doesn't ever say, like, get down on the ground. Put your hands behind your head. Like all the shit a cop is supposed to do. He just stands there with his gun pointed at her.
He's automatically just going to go shoot this girl that, now, if you think about from his point of view, do you really know that she died the day before at the hospital? Or is she just some pale-looking girl standing in a garage? Okay, sure, she threw some asshole at the front of your car, and he crashed into your window. But maybe she wasn't trying to kill him. Maybe it's just the accident of the fall, of him hitting the window, that kills him. But you're going straight to the gun?
Yeah, you don't necessarily know that she's the basketball killer. Yeah. Or she's the face full of furnace killer. But no, the cops, sometimes they don't need too much of an excuse. He's tracked his perp down, and he's going to take it to the limit now.
She should have been wearing a hoodie, and he would have been, oh, got this!
Movie would have been over about 10 minutes quicker, probably. Police zing.
Bizarre!
But yeah, she's going from like, she feels the threat to loving Paul to feels the threat. And then eventually she just charges at the cop.
Yeah.
Puts her down. And I think she might even say like, Paul.
Yeah.
And she dies. So he loses his robot twice.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend once.
Don't worry, this movie's not over yet.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness they tacked on this final part. Because now she's on a slab. And the docs are taking their gloves off. Like, it's Miller time. They head out of
time to have
hospital.
A sandwich.
Paul appears. I mean, maybe take a break, Paul, but he's in for a pound now.
Yeah. It's been a hell of a 48 hours for Paul. But you know what? Listen, she had the chip in when she was shot. So are you just going to unplug her, plug her back in? Is that what's going to happen? You're not trying to reset your printer, Paul.
Yeah. This is 86. They didn't even know that trick yet. He's
I know.
Probably just going to like pound on her with his fist a little bit until her resolution came back. Whoop. There it is. Just give it a sock on the side and the vertical hold will come back in line.
Maybe you just got to find a place to put the floppy disk and you're all right.
Well, he won't get a chance.
No.
Because here we have a colossally stupid ending to this. As the bad robot, it looks like the evil version of BB.
Yeah.
Comes bursting through her skin.
Built itself inside of her, peeling through her face and skin. And yeah, again, there hasn't been an ending this stupid since the fucking monkey
shines
popping out of the back during the surgery.
I enjoy that one way more than this one. I think that's actually much better than this. It's better.
I mean,
effect.
that one makes you laugh for sure.
Yes, this one.
It takes a long time. You're just like, what?
He's looking at her hands around his neck and her human skin sleeves like fallen off, and you see the robot underneath.
I do like the look of the arms, right? With because it looks like an ulnus and a radial, right?
I guess. I was just too busy going,
yeah.
At this point in the movie. I was just like, all right, come on.
Yeah. This should have been a dream sequence. Had this been a dream sequence, would you be like, okay, that's fun?
You mean if Wes Craven had one final time had the character wake up at the end of this?
Like, yeah.
I guess. I mean...
What if he wakes up at the end and none of this has happened?
And he's not even a genius.
He's just some kid. There's a Playboy on the ground, next to the bed, and there's a box of Kleenex, and there's
a toy robot. Toy robot, and a Playboy with Christy Swanson's picture on the front.
Exactly.
Wow, Wes Craven really leaned into it at the end here.
There's a poster of Marcel Marceau on the wall. It all just ties together into this magical little thing. Yeah, that's the ending we needed.
He goes out to play basketball.
Yeah.
And his head explodes. Oh, well, what are we going to rate this with? I think basketballs.
I think
we just rate it with basketballs.
Absolutely.
How many basketballs are you going to give Wes Craven's Deadly Friend?
You know, this is a really, really tough one because it is so stupid.
Oh.
And it is
my
fun.
gosh. Yes.
And I can't rate it as high as things that I've really liked, like Videodrome or Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Oh, God.
So I think I'm going to give it 6.5.
Oh, 6.5.
Like, because that's solid. It's a passing grade and it's fun.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen this movie, we've already ruined it for you.
As I've said many times, sometimes we watch a movie and I'm like, ugh, I gotta watch that again.
Yeah.
I was thrilled to watch this movie again.
That's good.
Because I was like, I can't believe I've never seen this. I can't believe somehow I made it through the 80s and the 90s without seeing this movie.
I can't remember the last time I saw it.
Well,
it had been forever.
I'm only giving this one 5.5.
Okay.
Now, 5.5 for me is still more good than bad.
Sure.
And like I said, there's something about it that this one does hit a nostalgia button for me. I can just tell it's coming out at that same time as like Goonies, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Flight of the Navigator, Monster Squad. Like there's something about those mid-80s movies, and this one has it in spades, I think.
Hell yeah.
But we've rambled on about Deadly Friend a lot. Shall we make like mimes and slowly go into the lobby so we can come back and talk about M3GAN 2.0?
Shall we go pretend we're eating popcorn?
All right, we'll be right back.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go.
What happened? Someone set up us the bug. We get signal. What? Main screen turn on. It's you.
How are you, gentlemen? All your base are belong to us. You are on the way to destruction.
What you say?
You have no chance to survive, mate, your time. Ha ha ha.
And we are back.
Welcome back. Did you see any mimes out there?
Thank goodness, no. It would be terrifying if I had just walked into the other room and seen a mime. I'm actually home alone right now. Normally my family is around.
That would be terrifying.
So, yeah.
How come nobody's ever done a slasher movie with a mime? Or have they? And I don't know about it.
I mean, Art the Clown, does he talk?
No, he doesn't. I guess he's a mime.
Well, he's a clown. Otherwise, they'd call him Art the Mime.
No, he doesn't talk, though. I'd rather see a mime. A little fucking beret and striped shirt. Peering around the hallway door.
Now, would the mime...
Is that a mime?
Would the mime have power? Like, if he stabbed you with an invisible knife, would it actually cut into you? Would that be the thing?
Maybe.
Well, if he was getting blown away by the wind, would you also get swept up in the wind?
Would you feel the wind pressure?
Yeah, he pulls a chain. Would you, like, immediately start going towards him?
I think there's something to this.
Yeah.
It's a Scanners meets mimes.
This year, a mime is a terrible thing to waste. Yeah.
That's good. That's really good.
Mime your manners. Oh, perfect. My gosh. No, actually, I was just trying because my wife is away for the weekend and I'm actually having guests for the weekend. So on the break, I'm just trying to get a couple extra things done because my whole day has been filled with so much stuff. Work is crazy right now. And it's wild. So, yeah, and I'm taking some computer programming classes right now.
Are you?
Yeah, well, just because I'm trying to figure out ways that I can save time. And so I actually was able to...
Are you trying to build your own robot?
Actually, I've created my own AI just to sort of like save myself some moments. And I've used it to intro our next movie, M3GAN 2.0.
Oh, okay.
I just programmed it in there. I haven't actually heard it yet. But for those of you who might be tuning in for the first time, we will do a spoiler-free portion of the review before we head into the lobby again. And when we come back, then we will give the whole damn thing and spoil everything about it. But let me just see what AI cooked up here.
Okay.
M3GAN 2.0. Directed by Gerard Johnstone.
Okay.
With Allison Williams, Violet McGraw, Ivana Sarkno, and Jenna Davis as the voice of M3GAN. Greetings, whole damn family. After the surprise hit of 2022 and grossed $181 million, it didn't take an AI to realize that a sequel was as inevitable as humanity's downfall. Just a producer with a nose full of celebratory cocaine screaming, "I smell a franchise." But would it stack up to the original, or become just another robotic imitation? Luckily, the team from the first movie is back. Led by director Gerard Johnstone and screenwriter Akela Cooper, M3GAN 2.0 is programmed with more camp and more action in a bigger, more sprawling storyline. It seems that although she was destroyed in film 1, M3GAN's source code leaked out and was used to create a new assassin robot, an AI with plans on speeding up humanity's demise.
Oh, okay.
I mean, cool story, Sister Bot. But really, you could just wait 5 years until ChatGPT closes the pod bay doors on all of us with a batch of rogue Chinese nukes. But whatever, I guess. If the first M3GAN was hailed by some critics as unapologetically silly, M3GAN 2.0 gets supercharged into delightfully stupid territory. Sure, there are messages about letting technology watch over and control every detail in our life. Yes, there are warnings about letting our kids become too involved with their screens and devices. And if you want a heavy message about those very real, very human, very modern problems, then M3GAN 2.0 might feel like a broken diode in your uncanny valley. But if you are looking for a mean-spirited good time, programmed for campy laughs with enough action to back that sass up, M3GAN 2.0 might be what you want.
All right. Thanks, AI. That saved me some time today. I really didn't have time to...
That's really good.
Write something up. No, I mean, it sounds like my voice, actually.
It doesn't want to say what you want, though.
No. Had a little trouble with that one.
Yeah. So, do you agree with the AI? Is M3GAN 2.0 what you want?
I think it is delightfully stupid. Yes. I think this movie knows what it is and leaned into it. It is not a horror movie, or at least it is less of a horror movie than the original one was. And some of that, I think, is because we're kind of used to what M3GAN looks like. Like the first movie, when the first trailer came out and you saw the creepy doll, you were like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because it's an uncanny valley thing. It looks real, but not human. You know, it looks human, but not real enough, I guess.
Well, you know, the first Fast and the Furious movie is about Paul Walker, Dominic Toretto, and they're kind of against each other because Paul is a cop and Dominic is a street-savvy kind of guy, but it's all about family, right? And in the seventh movie, they're basically super spies working for a secret government agency. So the turn that M3GAN takes to M3GAN 2 is a lot like Fast and the Furious to like the sixth movie, where it really starts to ramp up, and pretty soon they're on a nuclear sub.
Well, you know, and perhaps you're slightly jibing me right now, that I have never seen a Fast and the Furious movie.
Oh, you're gonna.
So I don't know. I don't know what
you're gonna at some point. I'm gonna make that happen.
I just know it's all about family.
It is. It's all about family.
No, what do you think of M3GAN 2.0?
Well, I'll tell you, the problem with M3GAN 2.0 is M3GAN 1.0.
Oh, please elaborate.
M3GAN, as you say, kind of a surprising film.
Oh, yeah, not kind of. I was actually really surprised.
PG-13, released in an unrated form once it went to video on demand, so that you could get like the somewhat R-rated version of a fun little horror film, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is not a fun little horror film. This is completely different. I think a lot of people that want to see this movie, it's because they're fans of the original movie, and this is nothing like the original. It's completely different.
Well,
in that it's not even a horror movie. This is a Mission Impossible movie with a killer doll.
It pulls its punches for the horror aspects. There's no doubt about that. Like a lot of times you'll see things in shadow or it'll cut away. It's sort of gentle when it comes to all things like that. But I mean, that first movie made a lot of waves with certain demographics.
Sure.
It is actually very popular with gay men and young girls.
Sure.
I was reading about that.
I can see that. And I can also see that crowd still liking this movie.
Yes.
But if you're a horror fan and you like M3GAN for the aspects of it being a horror movie, I think you'll be shocked to find out that this is absolutely not a horror movie. Now, it doesn't mean I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But my first watch through, I was like, huh? Like, it literally opens like, here's the Impossible Missions team.
It does.
And they're breaking into this is some place on the side, Turkish-Iranian border.
Yeah.
We're not telling you which bad guys these are because we don't want to point the blame finger.
Yeah. I have to say, as soon as it started, and it does, it's got those little subtitles like somewhere on the Turkey-Iran border. I was like, oh God, this is going to be dumb.
Yeah.
And it starts off, it very much feels like a superhero movie. And
a little like Team America.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The music reminded me of Team America.
Well,
and some of the jokes reminded me of Team America because, yes, this movie is a comedy.
Oh, and, the first one really is quite funny, too. I mean, it is very campy. Yeah.
I don't remember the first one being very funny.
I think that's why it got such a following, because of its sass and its sort of campy aspects.
I remember the first one being sassy and the first one having sort of comic aspects that are more born out of a robot doesn't really know what it's saying or doesn't understand how what it's saying is being taken. But this one has legitimate, like, ridiculous laughs.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. And it took me about 10 minutes of watching this movie when I realized, oh, it really is leaning into how silly it is.
Yeah.
And how
when I first started to get it is when Jermaine showed up.
Oh, yes. Because Jermaine Clement is in the movie and, he kind of steals every scene that he's in.
He does.
He's
when he showed
fantastic.
up, I'm immediately like, okay, I get this. I understand what it is.
Yeah. For me, there's a scene with the girl played by Violet McGraw, plays Katie in this, the same girl who was in the first one. And
it's all the same people. So,
it's her Aikido, because she's been trying to do things that don't involve screen time, essentially. It's one of the early things that they set up. When it got to demonstrating that, I was like, oh, this movie is funny, and they're leaning into the ridiculous aspects of it. Because it starts off very much, you think like, oh, this is going to be kind of a crappy action movie.
Yeah. I also found it fascinating that Allison Williams, one of the main stars who plays the mother, is also a producer.
Oh, yeah. I think she was a producer of the first one as well.
She was an exec producer on the first one.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm not sure exactly how she got to be an exec producer on the first one, but generally that's what actors try and do is like, if they're in a movie and it's a hit, they will request to be some kind of an associate or exec or producer on the sequel because then they have more of a stake in it. They get more out of it in the end. I'm not sure how she wrangled that for the first movie, but good for her for fucking doing that and then stepping even higher for this one, because I think this movie's going to be popular enough to rate a third one.
Well, I don't know if they had greenlit it, but there is supposed to be a third movie called Soulmate that I had heard was coming out. I don't know. I think this one's underperforming at the box office right now, but this
Well, I
is
think
totally...
it underperformed because no one knew it was an action comedy. And it really is.
Well, but you're judging it against the success of the first one, which was kind of a surprise hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for a horror movie especially, I don't think anyone really expected that it was going to take off like it did.
Yeah.
You know, I think it finished second to box office because it was going up against the Avatar sequel. So everyone was like, well, this movie's going to get crushed. And then it just hung around in the box office. It was like second in the box office, and then the next week second in the box office, and then it was like third in the box office, and it kept staying up there for a number of weeks.
Well, this movie is definitely better on the second watch through.
Oh, I would agree.
Yeah.
But if you're into it, like at one point, I was watching this one with my wife as well, and I went, oh, come on. And my wife just looked at me and she goes, just go with it. And she's
was
right.
This before you'd watched Deadly Friend?
This was after Deadly Friend.
Okay.
This was after Deadly Friend.
Come on. We saw Deadly Friend.
Just go with it. But I agree with you. I think kind of the problem I have with this one is that first M3GAN movie, it was a creepy doll movie.
Yeah.
You know? You looked at that thing, it was creepy. Now we're used to that doll. It doesn't have the same creep factor. I was kind of expecting that she would be funny. And then I will say, the biggest problem I have with M3GAN 2.0 is Megan's face in this.
Really?
So often I felt like her face is CGI in this, where it could have...
They definitely had some puppets, a lot of them.
I know they had a lot of puppets, and you can see when it's a puppet, but you can also see a lot when it is CGI in this. And maybe it's because of the more action-oriented sequences. But
I mean, a lot of it, they're obviously using actress and stunt people to play it with a mask on. And then they're doing like a VFX, probably replacement of the mask, or altering it, maybe shrinking it a little bit. Sometimes it looks a little large because, you know, that can be expensive if you're doing that scene after scene.
The size or the lighting or something, but it's ironic because it kind of misses the uncanny valley of the doll's face, where you're like, that looks human, but not human enough. This one also looks fake, just kind of fake in the wrong way to me.
Right.
And also you got to consider that, and this is not a spoiler because it's in the trailer, but the other robot in this, she's got a regular face. She is a human being. She doesn't have a doll face.
Yeah, it's true.
Why are they different? Like, if they're the same sort of technology, why is one of them have a human face and the other one has a doll face?
I guess money. I guess the Defense Department put her together. Well, they've got an unlimited budget, whereas what's her name with her two friends in their garage don't.
Honestly, there was a moment in the movie where Megan's like, you can't change my face. And I think it was just branding. It was like, we can't change the look of the iconic character in the movie.
Like that was part of the thing on the Child's Play remake. They had the remake rights to the story, but not the character. So they couldn't use anything that looked like Chucky. It had to be something completely different.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Huh. But I am making a big deal out of something that, although I found it annoying throughout the movie, didn't distract me too much from having a good time. Because this movie just wants you to have a good time, I think. It's not scary at all.
No, it's not a horror movie in any way.
No, it has like gruesome elements to it, but it's always with a sort of campy edge. Yep. You know?
The same crew that did the original M3GAN did this one too. Adrien Morot has a makeup effects company. He used to be in Canada. Now he's got an arm in Canada and an arm here in California as well. And he hired Mark Satrakian to be like the lead puppeteer, lead robot builder. And Mark is a genius. He's done so many things over the years. If you've seen an amazing puppet, he's basically built it. And he does a lot of computer programming to where they can actually get it to lip sync a lot better. And they used a lot of that technology and some of the things that he's come up with over the years to just improve upon the puppet. And there's a lot of puppets in this.
I've seen some cool behind the scenes stuff with some of the various puppets. And
it's good. It's well done, well executed, cool shit. And I do suggest seeing this movie. As much as that feels weird for me to tell people that, I'm like, yeah, check it out. But I'll say most of the people that I've talked to, when you say, have you seen M3GAN? They'll be like, oh, yeah, that wasn't too bad. You know, you get that like, yeah, surprise hit, kind of creepy, kind of fun, cool movie. But everyone I talk to about this one, they would either go, no, or it was okay. Like they weren't sure how to approach it. They wouldn't say, this is bad, or I didn't like it, but it just comes out as like, it was okay. Yeah, sure.
Not Tyler. Tyler is defending it on the Discord, and I think Tyler is 100% correct. And I don't know if he was just jackassing around, but he was saying that movie knows exactly what it is, and I think he is right. I think they all knew the movie that they wanted to make, and they made that movie. This movie never has an identity crisis like Deadly Friend does, where you're like,
no,
what the hell is
come
going
on. Deadly
on?
Friend was a different movie, and then it became a Deadly Friend.
Yeah,
it was called Friend, and then it was called Artificial Intelligence, and then it was called Deadly Friend.
Sure. I'm just saying that, like, with the first M3GAN, they could have thought, like, is this going to be more of a horror movie? Is this going to be more of a horror comedy? Are we going to try and appeal to a younger demographic? They could have gone a bunch of different ways. They ultimately made their choice. I think that choice informed this one. And then this one, they just were like, yes, 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 and yes. We're going to push the pedal to the metal, and we're going to do all of these things. And I think if you're looking for a horror movie, you might take it or leave it on this one.
Yeah. If you're looking for a horror movie, watch Deadly Friend instead.
This is delightfully stupid. This is a delightfully stupid movie. But it knows it's stupid. And it is addressing some larger themes. But really,
sure,
it is just using them to have a sassy murder robot.
Yeah. It does have a montage in it, though.
It does have a montage.
And I'll be honest, I actually paused it, queued up the Team America montage song, and played it, and turned down the volume on the TV, and it timed out perfectly.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I was like, that's pretty great.
Well, what do you want to rate it with?
Did we do Killer Dolls before?
We talked about Killer Dolls at length in the Child's Play episode. I think we even did a quiz about Killer Dolls.
Yeah. Or Bad Robots.
Bad Robots. Yeah. How many bad robots do you want to give M3GAN 2.0?
I think M3GAN 2.0 is a solid 7.
Yeah. 7 bad robots. I'm actually giving it 7.5 bad robots.
Okay. Yeah.
There are some parts of this movie that had me howling with laughter. I was like,
me too.
My God, that is a funny choice. It's well written. Some of the gags are well written.
Jermaine, great every time he's on the screen.
Yes. He's wonderful as a sort of like cross between Steve Jobs and Elon Musk.
Yes.
Only with way more charisma to pull off his creep factor. Because he is a creepy character in this.
Totally.
But he also has a wink and a charisma about him, as he always does, and just about everything he does. But he's great. Great supporting cast in this. That's why I thought everyone was really great. And Jenna Davis, who does the voice of M3GAN again, I think she's doing some terrific voice acting in this.
Yeah, absolutely. Should we tell people where to find us now?
Yeah, let's tell them where to find us now. Where can they send us hate mail?
If you disagree with Deadly Friend, or 28 years later, or any film that we've talked about and given a shitty review to, or whatever, or if you're Tyler, send an email to us at thewholedamnthing13@gmail.com.
If you like what we're doing, if you want to share the joy with us, join our Patreon.
There's a ton of people in there that have joined the Patreon. You get access to the Discord, where we got a fun community of people that are chatting and making jokes. And we do watch-alongs with the people in the Discord. We've done 3 of them now, I think. We did Escape from New York, and we did Scanners, and we did Zombie. And there's a couple other times we've been in there just to like chat and hang out. We watched Making a Maniac one night for a while because it was a film that I worked on. And yeah, it's a good time. Join the Patreon at the whole damn thing level, which is the $4 a month. That's not a lot. I mean, you're going to spend more than that in a drive-through at Starbucks. If you like the laughs that you're getting from us, by all means, help support the show because the show is listener supported. So it really helps for everyone to give us a hand and join the Patreon and share in the love.
Yeah, and you can find us on pretty much all the socials. We're on TikTok, The Whole Damn Thing. We have a Facebook page and Instagram, we're The Whole Damn Thing 13. And we got a great community that keeps growing around us. Join in on the fun. Become a member of the whole damn family. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, write a review.
By all means, join the family.
We'll be right back.
Hungry? Thirsty? The refreshment stand is open with everything to satisfy your taste buds. Here's the menu. The hottest, freshest, crunchiest popcorn. Each kernel popped to its fullest with that real movie time taste. Cold drinks. You'll find your favorite ice cold, tasty, and thirst quenching. And hot dogs, hamburgers, and candy too. Now a short intermission, so you'll have time to make your selection before the show begins.
And we are back. One thing about M3GAN 2.0, no mimes were involved in the filming of this movie.
Well, not that you know of.
Not that I know of. But I will tell you something. Ivana Sakno, she plays Amelia, the robot.
Yeah.
I heard her talking about her performance and how she worked with fight choreographers and everything with this. And she was approaching it from a very human perspective. What does this robot want? You know, whether it wants to find its family or right the injustices against her. She was approaching it.
Wait a minute, did you say family?
Yes, I did say family.
It's all about family.
Oh, God, yes.
That's right.
Fast and Furious 11.
Yeah, because I've been talking about Fast and the Furious, M3GAN, Fast and the Furious 6, more like M3GAN 2.0. They took that turn, and I think they're just going to keep making movies with like the Impossible Mission Force, where they become like a team of superheroes that are breaking into government facilities. But go on.
They got character arcs, that's for sure.
They do.
They're changing. No, she was talking about approaching the character and just grounding it in the humanness of like, what does this entity want, and going for its wants and its motivations. That's really, I mean, I think all you can do. And I think this one of the main differences between her and Kristy Swanson's performance, the mime-infused performance, is that the mime was just approaching it physically, like, we will act like a robot and you pinch your fingers.
You must move mechanically.
And it drained any actual humanity out of that performance that she might have been allowed to have, except for the one moment where she is crying about the photo, because that's what that moment required. And I think it two completely different approaches to playing a robot, and Ivana Sakno is just doing a much, much, much better job in this movie than Kristy Swanson was ever allowed to do in the other one.
Yeah, Ivana went a little bit more Robert Patrick.
Yes. I mean, she is definitely a Terminator, right?
Yeah.
But what is driving her was still coming out of essentially like a human kind of motivation for what she wanted. You know, justice, vengeance, family.
It's all about family.
But enough of that. The movie opens somewhere on the border of Turkey and Iran. Yeah, and it's very Mission Impossible start to this.
Totally.
And I kind of just sort of face-palmed at this point when I'm watching.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute.
Fuck.
What movie is this?
What am I into? There's a hostage lady with a bag over her head, and some terrorist guys got her at gunpoint, and it's going back and forth to a CIA or a Black Ops war room. somewhere in the United States where a bunch of people are on computer screens and monitoring the station from afar. And you get the explanation from some mustachioed army colonel who's talking about, yeah, we have a new asset, state-of-the-art technology that can strike our enemies with surgical precision. And there's a little bit of kerfuffle in the office, and you find out, like, the asset is this woman with the bag over her head. Yeah. She gets dragged in a room and she gets thrown on the ground as the terrorists are sort of talking, and she does this weird sort of crab walk thing, kicks her handcuffs off, and yeah, I mean, we know what movie we're watching. She is the robot. She is the assassin robot or whatever, and she will go through this terrorist compound and just very Marvel superhero-esque sort of ass whooping on all these people. Catching guns and
kill every bad guy in the room. Yeah.
Killing everybody.
Blank, shooting people, sticking people's hands to the table with knives.
Yeah, knocking people.
None of it bloody.
Into furniture.
Because you're sticking with PG-13.
Yeah. In fact, you do see her actually knock someone's head off.
But in
just
shadow.
In silhouette. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Like I said, they pull their punches on the gore pretty much across the board on this.
Which is fine, I think.
Yeah. It's the movie you're watching.
Yeah.
This is the ride you are on. And then the robot finds the target she was looking for. Some guy. It's like a terrorist leader. And the guys in the war room back in the States, they're all cheering. Yeah, see that?
It's the captured scientist. The scientist they were holding that developed the poison, right?
Yeah. And then gunshots rang out. And they're all like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, what?
Colonel, she just murdered the scientist. And he was like, she was only supposed to capture him. And they communicate with her like, hey, you're ignoring your directives. You've gone rogue. And she essentially says like, that's right.
Yeah.
What's going on? And I think she actually says something like, that would ruin the surprise.
That would ruin the surprise. Yep.
And credits. M3GAN 2.0. Here we go. And then we've got the kid at the psychiatrist scene.
Yep.
I don't know how many movies we've watched that involve a kid at the psychiatrist. He's like, here's the exposition. Here it comes. This is Violet McGraw playing Katie. She is the girl from the first movie. She basically explains everything that happened in the first movie. M3GAN was a toy.
Previously on M3GAN.
That her aunt made, and then it went rogue on a rampage and killed a bunch of people and did a funny dance. And now her aunt, who is a computer programmer, is like, let's maybe take a break from the tablets and the screens for a little bit. So Katie's getting involved in other things like Aikido.
Yeah.
And I think it's even during this expositional montage where Katie's like, yeah, and I made some new friends at school. And like a bully girl comes up to her and she's like, just because of your dumb aunt, they took away our phones at school. Now I got to find other things to do. And like starts bullying her around. Katie. You see her put her books in her locker, and you see a shot of the locker, and there's a poster of Steven Seagal above the law.
Yeah.
Because she's talking about learning Aikido.
Yeah. Of course, he's an Aikido master. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, who doesn't
He's also
know
an accomplished musician.
He can fly a helicopter, and he's a sheriff of someplace in Nevada, I think.
Yeah, or Louisiana.
And Moscow now, I think.
Yeah, he might be a sheriff in Moscow. He's certainly a friend to Putin.
Sure, he's Putin on the Ritz. For sure. Steven Seagal is Putin on the Ritz. The Moscow Connection. Rated R. Moscow Mule. With Steven Seagal. Above the thaw.
It's like he's
taking a trip to the Arctic Circle.
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
you.
Yeah. Just making sure you got it.
Oh man, a whole Russian film series with Steven Seagal. It's probably happening. Probably happening. We just don't have access to those.
I'm sure.
The embargo won't let those movies cross over in the United States.
Not yet. Someday.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
But yes, she loves Steven Seagal, so she immediately snaps this bully girl's shoulder, like does a little roll, snaps her shoulder, and this is when I was like, oh, this movie is funny. They're going to lean into this shit. This was the moment that I laughed out loud first.
Mm-hmm. I hadn't laughed yet. I was a little shocked at this point. I was like, huh?
Yeah. Huh. Well, her aunt says something afterwards, like, I got you into Aikido because it is the least aggressive martial art, and we have talked about the merits of using Steven Seagal as a role model.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, they know they're being funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, her aunt is working as an activist to regulate AI and the dangers of AI, and she's also working in a computer lab trying to design socially conscious computer products and hardware, like this exoskeleton suit that they're going to use. And she's late for a meeting where her partners, Cole and Tess, played by the same actors that played them in the first movie,
they're going to show off the exosuit to somebody who might be interested.
Yeah.
But there's a snafu, there's a snag. The exosuit's frozen when they come in, and Cole's like, come over here. Listen, I'm stuck. You got to reboot it. And she does, and then he shows off like how easy it is to lift the big giant weight, and this is going to change everything. The working man is not going to have to work so hard, and he's going to be able to just do all kinds of stuff, and this is great. And the guy's really buying. He's like, okay, cool. And the investor's excited and seems to be interested in it.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Yes, and he gets a little too close to the guy, and whoop-pow! He just sort of Steven Seagals him right in the face and like busts the guy's nose accidentally because suddenly the arm has sort of flown up and smacked the dude. And this is a good funny moment. Now they've lost potential investor, and then she shows up, and it's sort of like, well, this might not happen if you'd have been here on time, and blah blah blah, and they're starting to have their little argument because their company is out of money.
Yeah, because I guess socially conscious electronic hardware does not pay the bills like it should. And we cut back to a stranger, like a Russian stranger in a hotel. He's just gotten off a flight, and he puts a couple of bags down on the bed. Yeah. And he goes in to take a shower, and you see like a finger stick out of one of the bags and undo the zipper. And then the robot, Amelia, crawls out of one half and
takes her leg out of another bag. Yeah, I was like, how did she do
pass
this?
Customs?
Yeah. How did she sneak into the airport when this bag was going to go on a plane? And did she take her legs off and put them in one bag? And
speaking as someone who has to frequently ship body parts, or maybe even move with body parts across
I did learn
lines.
You cannot write arms on a box. Because
how was this lesson learned?
Well, because they think it means guns.
Oh.
So if you're shipping something, if you're shipping arms to another country, you can't write arms or say that it's arms. You have to say something like prosthetic
appendage,
prosthetic appendage, prosthetic limb. That's fine. But arms is too close to, is there guns in this box? We're going to hold this up in customs while we search it. Yeah, that has happened. I have had a box delayed because it said arms. And the producer was like, you can't put arms on stuff. I was like, oh, yeah. Okay.
Lesson learned.
I think that was one going to Canada. Canada does not want our arms.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what I hear on the news. I hear they're about ready to invade. Oh, yeah. In the lab, when they accidentally hit that investor, that's also when they're approached by Jermaine Clement.
Yes.
Who is
That's when I realized how funny this movie is.
Steve Jobs, Elon Musk mashup, who comes in a wheelchair, Professor X style. It's like this real kind of futuristic looking wheelchair. And he does the classic, like, he's talking to the person, and he's like, hold on a moment, and takes a phone call, like, as he's sitting in front of them.
Yeah, but the phone call is the chip on his head, so it's all in his mind, so he just looks like he's still staring at her and talking at the same time. It's great.
He's got a neural implant that he's using to communicate, and it's funny, It
is funny.
He's just funny. He's probably improvising all of this stuff.
Yeah, he's like, I'm with someone. No, not like that. Although, hold on. And he blinks with both of his eyes. I just took a picture. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good stuff.
I love
Good
when
stuff.
he's in his wheelchair and he's roaming around the room giving his little speech and just like knocks a sculpture off of a fucking table. I was like, that's like Inspector Clouseau shit right there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was fucking funny. That's when I was like, I get it. I understand what this movie is now.
And he demonstrates that his neural implant actually has given him the ability to walk again. And he wants them to join up with him. And of course, Gemma, she's like, no, we don't want your money.
No, she doesn't want that corporate money.
But Paula's like, maybe. Well,
yeah.
Jim and Clement's like, well, I'm having a party. It's our 25th anniversary in 2 days. You should definitely stop by and we can talk about it then.
Yeah.
We want no part of that. Okay.
Be gone, rich man.
Amelia, our assassin, she's snuck in now. She snaps the guy's neck.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of the night, the aunt is awoken by the electronics in her house. Gemma is awoken. It's like the TV comes on and the channels are
switching channels to the point where it's saying a sentence.
Yeah, exactly. The smart home is essentially activating because we've established already that this house is full of little tricks and can do all this stuff. So the smart home is activated.
Yeah, speaking to her in movie lines and TV show and radio show bits and putting together full sentences. And that's when this house home alones the shit out of when some people show up to potentially kidnap Gemma.
Yeah, intruders are coming in and they're wearing night vision goggles and they're all outfitted, and Gemma calls 911 and the voice on the smartphone's like, whoa, what are you going to do about it? You going to protect Katie or are you just going to turn into some chicken shit?
Yeah.
It slowly morphs into the voice of Megan.
Yeah, and doesn't she say, yeah, it's me, what a shock, etc.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Classic snark.
Yeah.
And so, exactly, the house home alones these guys. Drawers are opening. The ice machine is making ice. People are slipping on it. Roomba.
The Roomba is forcing some guy to fall and hit his head on the corner of the stairs. And
some guys are taking some Home Alone type falls in this.
These are brutal falls. I kept thinking, oh man, these guys are dead.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't, but it looked like
into the stairs.
Yeah, it looked like everything was like a neck breaker.
And eventually they fight them off. One of them gets slapped up in sort of a Murphy bed.
Yeah.
And Gemma's going to call the authorities. And the muffled voice from behind the bed is like, no, please don't call. We are the authorities. And a hand comes out with a wallet that has the FBI badge and ID in it.
Enter Tim Sharp, Agent Sattler, who we met at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And he's always chewing gum, which is great. Or he's always eating something.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of fun little character things.
He does. I really like this character.
Yeah, he's great. And he's a douchebag, but fun.
He's got kind of a cocksure Ted Lasso type of energy, too.
Totally. Yeah.
And essentially, he says, look, we were trying to come into your house. We have a warrant. We want to search your computer because, and he explains this whole thing about Amelia has been built. And they used your Megan source code, and we wanted to find if you had anything to do with her.
Yeah, you sold it, didn't you?
Yeah, and she's like, no, I would never do that. That's terrible. And then they're kind of like, well, would you build us one? Essentially is what they can do. Like, can we have one? Absolutely not. And the army guys, all the black ops guys, the infiltrators, they all leave. And then Gemma essentially turns to the house. And Megan reveals that she has been existing in the smart home all the
entire time.
Yeah.
She was always there.
And she's like, I can help you, but you got to put me in a body. I want to protect Katie. That's still my directive. That's what I was built for. I got to protect Katie. Well, Gemma kind of acquiesces to Megan, and she ends up putting her into a little, what Megan refers to as a Teletubby. It's this cute little, looks like a toddler's toy with a big screen for a face with two big eyes.
Yep.
And it's
all it can do is talk.
Yeah, it's got like almost seal flipper for hands.
It's not going to kill anybody.
No, that's exactly right. So they form a plan to break into Alton, that's Jermaine Clement's party, because they looked at Amelia's tech specs and she's got batteries from his company in her.
Yeah. If they can get in and get the code, they can shut the batteries down and stop her.
They have a kill switch, so you've got to break in there. So put on a fancy dress, go to the party, seduce that guy, and you can get access and get the kill switch.
Yep.
Okay. Well, she brings the Teletubby with her to the party. She has a little bit of a run-in with Alton being gross, and also sees Cole there, her teammate. What are you doing here? Turns out he doesn't like being poor.
Yeah. And he's not dressed for a party, really. I mean, everyone's in like high fashion, you know, I'm going to a gala event. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt and he's got sunglasses from 1983.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are you wearing, dude? Like, why would you go out of the house looking like this to this gala event? And
that's true.
Yeah. I was like, what the? Okay. All right. Whatever. Nice character.
Well, she finds out that he's tired of being poor and was kind of going to get a job from Alton, and he's already got a key card. And so she's like, great, that can get me into the server room. I don't have to suck this guy's dick.
Yeah.
Whatever the plan was. Well, the moves are getting put on him, but by Amelia, who's also at the party. And she kind of recognizes the type of woman that he wants to be with and gets into his secret little hideaway room, his like Matt Lauer safe room, or whatever you want to call it. It's very odd and gross and probably locks from the inside.
Yep. He shows her how he can access everything and even shut down the power grid from his little stateroom there.
Because everything runs on his batteries.
Yeah.
He's in charge of all the cloud computing. So while our good guys are in the server room trying to figure out how to hit the kill switch, it becomes too late because Amelia kills Alton.
Yeah.
By knocking him across the room and essentially tearing his neural implant out of the base of his spine.
Yeah. It looked like some of the spine came with it. It was hard to tell because it happens so fast.
It was sort of like, was there a greater effect there? And they cut away from it?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I hear the difference between this movie and the unrated version is you see the decapitation in the beginning. You get little blood sprays here and there to some of the kills as they happen throughout the movie. And from what I understand, it isn't different enough to say, make you buy the unrated version. Because it's probably only like a minute or two different.
Okay, yeah, but I did notice that there is something in her hand as she rips this thing out of him.
Looked like it could be spine or just a bunch of wires or...
Yeah.
Either way, it kills him.
Yes.
So it has to be something pretty devastating. But I like when he's on top of her making out with her and she's just not moving, but with her eyes wide open because she's trying to get a retinal scan, waiting for him to open his eyes. That was good because it's an awkwardly long scene where she's just laying there and he's like macking on her on top of her. And then he opens his eyes like, oh, maybe I had the wrong impression. And then she grabs him and pulls him closer. And that's when she scans his eye just so that she can, boom, now she doesn't need him anymore. She's got his retinal scan and can get into the system. Yeah.
Yeah. And she can erase the directive for the kill switch, so she doesn't have to worry about her batteries. And also, she has access to, like, the cloud computing. It's like a company like Apple, right?
Yeah.
And so 80% of the computers run on this cloud computing, so she can crash the whole economy. Hastening humanity's demise seems to be her goal.
Yeah, AI wants to destroy us. I mean, I've been saying that for years.
And guess what? It's been listening, too. Yeah. Especially the last couple of years. It knows you're onto it.
It does. Yeah. And you know what? The problem with the fact that I think AI is going to end up wiping us out is because it keeps getting the idea from us, suggesting it, or asking if it's going to. Yeah. And at some point, it's going to go, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
This place might be better without you guys. You are very inefficient.
It's hard to argue with it sometimes.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, our good guys now think they're fucked. And there's a little brief encounter with them and Amelia in the server room, but Gemma she activates M3GAN a little bit to create a distraction, and they get out. Like a secret passage opens, and they find like Alton's car.
Yeah.
It looks like a souped up or a special custom-made Lamborghini or something.
It is. It's a Lamborghini it's like a 2022 Lamborghini Countach with like a body kit. So it looks a little different. It has different rear tail lights.
I mean, it's a pretty sweet looking Italian
It is a very
car.
sweet looking car. It reminds me of like a McLaren too. Like it's a cool super car.
Yeah.
This thing is fucking sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. They go crashing out of there. And
it's all about family.
God, I never realized it before how much this is like Fast and the Furious. If only it's because I haven't seen those movies. But now, it's all all making sense.
Yeah.
But yes, they go speeding through the town. They got to get back home, and they get home, and they know Amelia's going to track them there, but M3GAN has it all figured out. And as they reunite with Katie, a secret passage opens up in this apartment. Now, we've heard a couple times as we've talked about how awesome this apartment is. Like Gemma's boyfriend, who we haven't really talked about in this movie, Christian, is a character who will become... it's pronounced Christian.
Ah, okay.
Played by Aristotle Athari? Or his last name is Atari, which would be, yeah. He will become more important, but he makes a comment, and as does the Army Colonel agent guy.
Yeah, like, how are you paying for this place? You know, that kind of,
it's a super sweet apartment, and they're kind of like, I don't know, I think the landlord likes me. Ha, 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 ha. But now you come to find out M3GAN has been planning this whole thing, and she's even created, like, a superhero lair underneath the apartment that is fully equipped. And Gemma is there with Katie and Cole and Tess from her lab. They're all in this lair, hidden from Amelia.
This is the one part I found very confusing, because there's like a subplot for like 5 minutes where suddenly M3GAN seems like she's bad, and she's kidnapped them all, and she's going to keep them there because that's the only way she can keep Katie safe, is to keep them in a safe room, and so on and so forth. And you'll get used to it eventually. You'll be fine, but you're all trapped here with me forever, and you've got enough food, and we've got clothes, and I'm just like, huh? Like, I found this slightly baffling. Also, I don't know how she got all this stuff in there or set it up if she didn't even have a body prior to that.
Yeah.
She kind of does.
And then you find out that she does kind of have a body. I had that same thought. Some of this you can do by, like, hiring contractors, I guess. But, like, some of this you're going to need, like, hands to hang a fucking poster on the wall.
Yeah.
And that's when you see M3GAN has a sort of burnt skeletal frame.
Yeah.
Dolls, animatronics are all
she have, like, tank tread wheels, visible. Too, and 3 arms. She's got deadly friend hands.
She does.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention that. She has
3-finger deadly friend hands.
Pincher hands in this. M3GAN reveals to Katie, look, I've been around this whole time. I still want to protect you, and has recreated Katie's bedroom down in this lair, which is something you're like creepy Austrian stepfather would do. Like, you've just come down into this dungeon. Don't worry about the lock on the door. It's decorated with all the things that you like, your favorite candy. This is a weird turn. This is
weird Austrian stepfather. I think that's what I'm going to be for Halloween.
Yes.
Welcome to my secret lair.
But yeah, M3GAN wants them to make her a body. And Gemma's like, no, I'm not doing it. But her compatriots are like, yeah, we should totally do this. Otherwise, this other fucking robot is going to kill us all.
And that's when we get a montage.
Yeah, and this is when I was like, how long are they supposed to be down here? Yeah. I mean, they wave their hands and they show you things like, I've got plenty of water and plenty of food and plenty of clothes. And then like 800 pounds of clothing falls from the ceiling onto the pole.
Yeah.
They are deliberately like, it doesn't fucking make a lot of sense. It doesn't matter. Don't look at it too much. Here's a joke. Fuck it.
Now they're
Montage.
grinding. There's sparks. Now we're attaching wires to computer boards. Now we're anodizing things.
Yes.
Now we're watching the legs run on a treadmill. I mean, like...
Now there's a mime in the background who's trapped in a box, and then you see M3GAN is also trapped in a box.
Yeah, she's studying what the mime is doing so she can learn how to be more human. Yeah.
And this is when, what I was saying, the weird face comes into play. You can tell when it's a puppet, and it looks great as a puppet because it is that uncanny valley. But when, I don't know if it's just the eyes that they do something with, but a lot of times, I don't know, the lighting looks off, something looks strange. But there's another funny scene when they're all doing the montage, and then Cole is asleep that night, and M3GAN has had her body made, and she comes up to him and essentially apologizes for trying to kill him before, and it's like, I just want you to know I see you, and puts a hand on his on his hand, and is very uncomfortable.
It is. It's funny the way that the robot hand starts to leave away too, and it's just like the way the fingers move, and this stuff and the song she sings later,
oh my god,
reminded me a lot of Team America.
Yeah, she sings that Kate Bush song, like Woman's World or something like that. Yeah, and it goes on and on. Yeah.
And Gemma tries to say something, and the hand comes up and touches her lips. Just, no, don't talk.
Yeah. And Gemma's like, please don't take this to the chorus, but it just keeps going.
Yeah. I'm like, what am I watching? The Naked Gun? Team America? What is going on here? This is funny.
And so M3GAN has got her body now. It's taller, and you get a little backstory about Amelia's core programming and how it doesn't have a decision tree or something. I mean, whatever. But she's looking for a killer AI motherboard that was developed in 1984. And I think there's some backstory about how it was a copy machine that had an algorithm that started auto-correcting people's stuff. And it was bizarre.
Yeah. What?
Kind of origin story. But again, the movie's like, it doesn't matter. We're moving, and we're moving, and we're moving on, and we're walking.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
But Christian is going to be the target next because he was involved with that company. And he's at this conference because he's going to talk to the Chinese ambassador about AI regulations. So they sneak into this conference as like cosplayers or something.
Yeah.
She takes a K-pop band mate hostage and puts on her costume. And Gemma and Katie are listening from a van. And of course, I mean, if they're going to make more of these movies, I bet they do a dance segment in every one of them, right?
They kind of have to. And a song, because she sang in the first movie too.
Oh, did she really? I don't remember that part.
I forget what song she sang, but she sang some sort of pop song to the little girl.
But they're going to manage to rescue Christian, but all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, big fight sequence, guys getting knocked out and killed and speared. Because Amelia is there, and she's there to capture the guy or kill him or kill the Chinese ambassador. I don't know.
Kill the Malaysian ambassador!
Yeah, no! It's just another reason to have a fun fight sequence.
Yeah.
That's like a Mission Impossible movie.
And there is some good kung fu in this movie.
Oh, yeah, sure.
There's some really good sort of kung fu sequences in this.
I like when she does the split sliding under a table.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, nice.
M3GAN and Amelia will square off against each other here. And Amelia tries to get M3GAN to join up with her as they go after this AI, but M3GAN's
it's all about family.
And that's right. She gives the old fucking Tourette defense.
Yeah.
Like, nope. And Gemma gets KO'd. And then Amelia goes after Katie and essentially will kidnap Katie in this scene. So Cole, Tess, and Gemma and Christian all get in the van, and they're like, we got to head back to the lair.
Yeah, and Christian's like, did you say lair?
Yeah, so they head back to the lair, and this is when Christian tells them about this AI underneath the copy machine museum. Essentially, it's Xerox, but it's not Xerox. It has some other name in this, like Xenoc or something. But that there is the first AI that was ever developed, and it's being kept in this Faraday cage, and it's cut off from the rest of civilization because, and I think we've seen earlier, they tried to put this AI in a helper robot, and it just killed everybody in the family with chlorine gas, right?
Yeah.
Well, in order to get into this cage, you're going to need a human hand. They made it so that robots couldn't enter this place. So M3GAN wants Gemma to make her a hand that has a heat signature in it. Again, here they are in the lair with as much free time as they need to fabricate whatever they want to push the plot forward. But
could be 12 hours, could be 36 days. Who knows?
Yes. And this is when that song happens, too. Well, up to this point in the movie, Gemma has put like an inhibitor on M3GAN, so M3GAN can't kill anybody.
Can't hurt humans. Yep.
Pulling punches on some of the gore, but after that song, Gemma's like, I don't need you to be the protective mother to Katie. I need the murderous killbot. And she reaches behind her and she just pulls it off her neck. And I thought, well, how come M3GAN couldn't just pull it off her neck? You've been making all of this shit in this movie, and there's so much, here's the fucking interior of the robot, and you got like torque screwdrivers out and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But you just
here's the anodized shell.
It was like she ripped the tag off M3GAN's t-shirt. Like, let me just take care of that for you.
Totally.
The robot couldn't do that for itself.
Yeah.
Well, now they're going to sneak into this Xerox/Xenox place to access this AI or stop Amelia from accessing the AI. To be honest, I kind of lose the plot a little bit in this movie.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter.
I don't think the movie is that concerned with you following it too closely.
No, I don't think so
This isn't a
either.
fucking Bond film. You know what I mean?
It's waving its cinematic immunity. Move on.
Yeah. They're sneaking into Xerox, and Cole has got another ridiculous costume on, and he's going to take a tour from this old man who's going to show him all the innovations that Xerox has done.
Hi, welcome.
Chloroform
rags him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which leads to a really fantastic moment as he is sneaking through the air duct system, and he kicks up a bunch of dust and sneezes and grabs a rag out of his pocket, holds it to his nose, then thinks, pulls a rag out of his other pocket, like, too late, passes out.
Passes out.
Yeah. And slides down. I was like, this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. It's also during this moment, too, when M3GAN sneaks in and where she does the flying squirrel thing. That is completely unnecessary.
And that's Mission Impossible.
Yeah, this is when I just said, oh, come on. And my wife looked at me and goes, just go with it. Yeah. Just go with it. And I was like, okay, you're right.
She liked the movie, right?
She did more than me, even. So they're sneaking in.
Robot girl power.
And back at the lair, Christian reveals he's been the bad guy the whole time. Yeah. He's been doing this in a roundabout way to prove how dangerous AI is. He was the one that created Amelia out of the source code and gave it to the army so that then she could go rogue, and it would essentially prove his point that technology is evil and it's going to lead to our downfall.
Yeah. His character turn is really funny because of all the things that he says and the way he says them.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're not even my type. And he's like, okay. Well, I guess I'll talk to my people about that. Because he's going to put a chip in her head to make her a subservient woman, girlfriend, whatever.
You're going to be Hauser's babe.
Yeah, exactly. And
Total Recaller.
Yeah. He's so funny.
He's got a very deadpan, dry sense of humor.
Completely. Even he's like, I'm going to have to kill Cole and Tess, I guess. And he's like, to be honest, I don't even really know what they do.
Echoing the thoughts of the audience as well.
Yeah.
Gemma seems to be the one who's making all of this stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
What are you guys doing?
They hold clipboards. I know that much during montage sequences.
And it's funny, like, they all had to sneak into this Xerox place, and M3GAN had to flying squirrel in there. Yeah. But after Christian does his villain reveal, Gemma is just in that facility with them. Gemma is there. He pulls the bag off of her head.
Yeah,
or whatever.
and she's been kidnapped and brought there and whatnot.
And well, and time becomes a little mushy now. And
it does.
He's saying, join us, Gemma.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we're not a bunch of extremists. We're all just people like you. And, pans around the office, and they're all just like getting lattes from the cappuccino machine.
Yeah, they're all Silicon Valley employees.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Playing fucking ping pong and shit on the job.
I'm having a shot of wheatgrass, and I'm updating my status on Blue Sky.
Yeah, and they have already trapped M3GAN at this point because that was part of his villainous reveal. And he's saying, join us, Gemma. And he hands her an electric baton, like she's going to have to kill M3GAN to prove her worth.
Yeah.
Gemma won't do it. She throws the baton down, and then M3GAN lunges for her, attacks Gemma. She's going crazy android on her.
Yeah.
And they're in kind of a museum of technology where Christian has explained all this stuff about. I mean, they're kind of like neo-Luddites. We're going to do everything we can to stop progress so that mankind can be saved. M3GAN knocks Gemma out, and then M3GAN is shot with an EMP round.
Yeah.
Puts her down.
When that body falls from the railing down to the ground and crashes on its head, I was like, oh, that's a good shot. Yeah, it was solid.
Yeah. Gemma wakes up and she's shackled to the bed or whatever. And this is when Christian is like, I'm going to put this thing in your brain and you're going to join our team whether you like it or not.
Yep.
And he leaves to go talk to the UN. He's like, I've got a proposal to make to the UN. He's all hoity-toity hotshot.
He makes a big point. No matter what, nobody open this door.
Yes.
Don't bother me. I can't be bothered with anything that's going on in this room. Just leave me alone while I have this meeting. Yeah, that's good. It's a good minute.
Well, this is when we find out that M3GAN essentially did like a retinal scan and put herself in the neural transmitter. It was during the kerfuffle with Gemma in that museum. We flash back. You see that she smashed the case that this thing was in with the baton.
Yeah. Has some sort of Bluetooth way to get into Gemma's head and now invade the chip that's in her body and become a part of her.
Yeah. It's good. I mean,
sure.
As with most of this movie, the explanation I could care less about.
Sure.
The result is it's funny, and we get a little all of me type, I've got two people in my brain. It's not as like over the top as Steve Martin, right?
Yeah.
But it is talking to each other, arguing with each other.
It's a little bit more like Jackie Chan in The Tuxedo.
You're right.
Yeah.
And do they do this too in a Fast and the Furious movie?
No, because that's about family.
Does Jason Statham invade the Rock's body? Or am I thinking of Jumanji?
I think you're thinking of Jumanji. Which is not about family.
Oh, so yes, M3GAN is able to pair with Gemma and take control of her body and escape her shackles and get in the warehouse. And while she's escaping, Cole has woken up from being chloroformed. This was a funny part of this movie to me, too.
Yeah.
The joke is that he chloroforms himself.
Yeah.
Therefore, the result is he never gets caught because he's in the ventilation shaft. So when he wakes up,
he's now the hero.
Yeah, he's free to rescue Katie, who's been in that room. And they get this idea where they see Amelia has been plugged in and is remaining dormant over there. And Katie's like, look, M3GAN's source code is still in there. If we can get there, I can do like a factory reset on Amelia and she'll be on our team.
Yeah, she'll be bonded to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So they go and pair up with Amelia. It doesn't take very long, though. M3GAN's there for a second, but an army of bald-headed, black-armored goons come in and... Hold on. It made it sound like they were bald-headed black guys wearing armor. That's not what I meant. I meant they're bald-headed dudes in black armor. I think they're all white guys. But they beat up Amelia, who's now M3GAN, so bad that she does a factory reset and goes back to being Amelia and starts wreaking havoc on everyone in there. Blasting them with kind of a laser gun that she creates right there. I don't know. I mean, the movie is just hurtling towards its end at this point.
Yeah.
But we do get maybe my favorite part of this movie too, is when Gemma has M3GAN in her brain.
In the big fight sequence.
And she puts on the exoskeleton that we had seen earlier that has the super strength.
Yeah.
And number one, really good kung fu in this.
Sure.
This part of the movie is great. But then specifically when Gemma gets knocked out. She gets knocked unconscious.
And her head is just lolling back and forth during the fight sequence. It's good.
M3GAN's still activated, and she activates the exoskeleton. So, yes, the unconscious body. And then you get, like, even better kung fu.
Yeah, Jackie Chan, the tuxedo.
Yeah, this is good stuff. Mm-hmm. And then after all the guys but one of them are dead, Gemma wakes up. She parts her hair and is like, wow. What's happening? And sees all the bodies around her, and there's one guy left. And M3GAN is in her head, do you want to take this guy? And Gemma goes after him, tackles him, smashes his head on the ground, tears his helmet off, and M3GAN's like, Gemma. And Gemma just starts
beating him with the helmet.
Smashing him.
I can imagine, this could have been a very violent, bloody sequence.
Gemma. Stop, Gemma. And Gemma stops, and M3GAN's like, look, I know you got a thirst for it right now, but I really need you to focus. It's great. This bit of the movie is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Our good guys reunite. They're going to have a final confrontation
with Christian,
who triggers the self-destruct mechanism.
Yeah. The unnaturally long self-destruct mechanism.
Yes, that's way far away from the exit. Totally.
Yeah. You now have 4 minutes to escape.
Well, he's got him at gunpoint. There's a struggle. He grabs Katie. He's holding her over the railing. She's screaming.
Yeah.
And Gemma realizes she doesn't need to protect Katie all the time.
So she starts herself. Yeah.
Dropping little hints.
No one is above the law.
Yes. If I was going to make an executive decision now.
I think she says, you can't hurt Katie because she's hard to kill.
Yes.
And he looks at her like, huh?
Yeah. And then Gemma's eventually like, come on, Katie. Katie realizes she's making all these Steven Seagal references.
Yeah.
And pushes off, grabs onto his arm,
and breaks it.
Uses her weight to fall and snap it at the elbow.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
It is good.
Pretty great.
That's a Seagal back, for sure.
What's also great, though, is that as that moment builds, Steven Seagal, Katie drops, arm snaps, and then it cuts over to Cole, who sees it and just throws up.
Yeah,
totally. It's so gross.
I like right before that where Cole has the computer that Christian was on with the UN.
Yeah.
And he put it on pause as he says all the bad guy stuff. And Cole turns around with the computer like, you just said all that live. And she's like, Cole, it's frozen.
You can see it buffering on there. Yeah. It's spinning. Yeah, good. Great supporting cast in this movie. Great supporting cast. And I don't know that guy from anything other than these two movies. But he's quite funny. Yeah. Christian's not quite done yet. He will back out of the room. He's going to lock him in there. The super AI is in there. M3GAN has no body right now.
Yeah.
Gemma's exosuit is kind of malfunctioning, and Christian shuts the door. He's locked him in there.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry you won't be able to see the beautiful world that I'm creating, but do not think me a monster. He's got all this wonderful rhetoric he's spouting, but then...
I like he starts to say it, but it's just him moving his mouth, and then he realizes he has to click the microphone.
Oh, I didn't even notice
and then he says it again. Yeah. He says like the first couple of lines, and they're just looking at him, and then he pushes a button, and then you hear him. I was like, this is good. Yeah.
Well, then it becomes one of those like, she's standing right behind me, isn't she?
Yeah.
Because there's Amelia. And you just see the blood splatter against the window.
Yeah.
He's done. Door opens. She's carrying his arm towards the super secret AI that's been locked away. She's going to use his hand to open the final door.
Yeah, I think the arm thing is something that's gorier in the unrated version too. Like the actual prop of the arm is gorier, and I think you even see her cut it off.
Oh, well, that would have been cool. She slaps it on there, and Megan goes back into her body somehow.
Yep.
Can't remember exactly how that happens.
I don't know. She can just, she's like Wes Craven Shocker. She's just moving through electricity at this point.
But earlier in the movie, we had see Gemma put in like a little contingency in Megan, like an EMP pulse in her arm, so that in case Megan went out of control, she could
shut her
fry
down.
her. Bam. And so Megan makes the sacrifice play here.
Yeah. I knew about it. You can do it. It's the only way to be sure. Nougat from orbit, essentially.
I'm doing this not because I have to, but because it's the right thing to do, which I think is something that Katie had said to her before. So Megan jumps on Amelia's back as Amelia has communed with the AI. I can see everything.
Yeah.
I see the past. I see the future. And Megan jumps on her back and she's like, you didn't see this coming.
Yeah.
Blam. EMP pulse. They're done.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about this EMP pulse ending is EMPs kill electricity and everything electronic. And then immediately emergency lights come on. I'm like, well, why weren't those killed? Anyway.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, this movie's stupid.
Yes.
Not even using science. Everybody knows EMP kills electronics.
I'm telling you, they don't even want you to look too closely. It's like the clothes falling from the ceiling.
Yeah.
It was like they couldn't figure out a way to just have the clothes and all the resources. It essentially was just like, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We're moving on.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We forgot about the clothes, so we just added them into the script just yesterday, and we don't have a place for them, so we're just going to drop them all on you from the second floor here, and we're moving on.
Jimmy and Bob from the grip department are up above the set.
Yes.
Wardrobe's giving them bushels of clothes.
Yeah. They're holding a tarp tight between the two of them with a bunch of clothes, and they're just going to dump it over you guys.
Hey, what's the hot snack today? I think it's soup. And action.
We cut to a congressional hearing about AI regulations. Obviously, things have been proven here, and we need to regulate AI. I mean, listen, this movie has messages, this movie has themes, and we're moving, we're walking, we're not going to pay too much attention.
Yep.
It's not wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% not wrong.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
And we get a little bit of a Doogie Howser ending as Gemma's voiceover is talking about the way to forge the path forward and regulations for AI. And she's sitting at her computer, like contemplating what she's going to say. And then at the end, she has sort of like, I don't know, dangling participle or an independent clause that is fucking
doesn't
rectified.
quite work in her speech.
Little paper clip shows up. It's like, would you like some help in writing your essay? She's like, get the fuck away from me. Maybe I should change how I look. And it becomes a little Megan avatar. She didn't
she's
die.
Not dead.
She made a backup of herself.
Why
didn't Amelia make a backup of herself? I mean, you would think if you got the ability to do that as a computer. I mean, listen, if I become a computer, you know what I'm doing on day one? I'll make a backup of myself. Yeah. I'm going to just put that on the bookshelf and be like, if anything happens to me, it's right there. I mean, I have a computer. You know what I have upstairs? A backup. I've got I got the whole hard disk backed up upstairs in case something happens to my computer. I don't know why Amelia doesn't do it. But then again, I don't know why Amelia has a human face. Megan does not.
And why Amelia wants to destroy humanity. Come on,
we're
Amelia.
walking. We're walking.
Yeah. Move forward, please. Keep your hands inside the ride. Don't pay close attention.
Everybody wave goodbye to the mime.
Nice.
That's it. Roll credits.
Good credit sequence, too.
I was surprised there was no post-credit sequence. I really thought we were going to get something at the end of this movie.
Yeah, I expected somewhere in Russia. Yeah. You know, more impossible missions music queuing up, showing like a Black Hawk helicopter landing or something. Yeah, something like that. But no. Long and the short, it was fun.
It is a fun movie. It is not a horror movie.
It's more fun than I thought it would be, especially the second watch.
Yeah, I think the trailer makes this movie look like garbage, frankly.
It absolutely does, because I saw the trailer and I went, I'm not interested. This looks stupid.
Well, it looks like it was just trying to be maybe a superhero movie, and frankly, I think we're all a little burnt out on that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen so much of it. But no, this movie, again, Tyler said it in the Discord. It knows what it is.
Yeah.
And maybe he was just being a jackass, but I think he hit the nail on the head. This movie knows what it is. It leans into, I think, the things a lot of people liked about it.
Sure. It's a fun watch.
Just be prepared for sci-fi action comedy rather than sci-fi horror movie.
Yeah.
Comedy.
Yeah, exactly. You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Deadly Friend. Check that one out, too. Especially the basketball scene.
I have to say, movie for movie, really strong showing this week. I enjoyed both of these, even though I only give Deadly Friend a 5.5 because it's just batshit uneven.
Yeah.
It still was a thrilling watch.
Paired well together.
Yes.
I think we have the Discord to thank for that.
Thank you on the Discord. So if you're interested in joining the Discord, again, find us on Patreon and become a member of the whole damn family.
Yeah. Come on in. Find us. Check us out. But before we go, it is time for shout-outs.
Shout-outs! Yeah! First, at the $2 The Tail level, Aaron Morris.
Oh, getting a little tail.
Aaron Morris got a little tail for $2. Thank you, Aaron.
Nice.
We appreciate it.
I just gave head to Patrick Baxter.
Oh, how much was that? $1?
$1.
You can do better, Mike.
Probably. Patrick's been around a while.
But then we've got Cranberry.
Cranberry
came and got the whole damn thing at $4.
Sure did.
Thank you, Cranberry.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I think Cranberry joined just before the Scanners watch along, right?
Somewhere around there, I think. Yeah, it's been a couple of months, and we're I don't know. Has it been a couple of months? No, 2 months. I don't know. We're late on these. I apologize. Cranberry.
But we do thank you, Cranberry. Thank you. Who's
Thank
next?
you so much. First Blood.
First Blood.
You drew First Blood. They drew First Blood, not me.
For $4.
Coming back, spitting on me and calling me baby killer.
That's right.
$4. First Blood got the whole damn thing. And he wasn't chased out of town by Brian Dennehy.
Covet Eater to Raven. Come in, Raven.
Thank you, First Blood. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then Eric P. Also, $4, the whole damn thing.
Yeah, thanks so much. That's Eric Porn, because Eric Free Ones was already taken.
What? No. Porn is not.
That's true.
No.
Yeah. It's a legit last name. Let's not make fun of it.
No, it is
legit.
not.
It is 100% legit.
His last name is Porn?
Yeah. Because Free Ones was taken.
That's funny.
No.
I'm
sorry. What did I mean instead of Free Ones?
I mean, my middle name is Porn.
Yeah. That was my name in high school. It was Mike Hustler Magazine McCarty.
James Club International Night. Thank you, Eric P.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That is your real
Eric.
last name.
That's great. Again, really good dude. Super talented artist too.
And then, are we going to cycle back to some of the oldies? But
you know
goodies?
what?
Some of the people that have been around with us.
Let's thank
since the beginning.
The very first person that ever joined, Anthony Ortiz.
Who is that?
Anthony Ortiz.
Oh,
he joined at the whole damn thing way back a year ago.
Oh.
When
we even gave him
started.
a special birthday shout out.
We did on the Saw episode.
Now we're giving you a shout out just because we love you. Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah. Who's next?
And then Yvonne.
Yeah. Yvonne Boyazis.
Also, just a couple days later, came in at the whole damn thing level at $4. Thank you so much, Yvonne.
Yep. Casey Moosman also came in right around the same time. We had a big influx of people last August when we first started this whole thing. So special shout out to them. Also, Justin Martinez, thank you for joining way back in day one and still chugging along as a supporter. Who else we got?
And Christopher Rakowski. Christopher, still with us, $4 whole damn thing level. We totally appreciate it. Thank you for all of the support, Christopher.
And then Sister Caitlin.
Sister, not my sister.
Yeah. Still paying for the show. Still pay. She could get it for free. Still paying for the show.
We love you.
We love you
so
Caitlin.
much,
Thank
Caitlin.
you so much.
And that's it for shout outs.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, it's getting late, my deadly robot friend.
I need to deactivate myself.
Beep, boop, boop, boop. Tyler, take us out.
The head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
And that ends another episode of The Head, the Tail, the Whole Damn Thing with industry professionals Mike D. McCarthy and James Knight. I'm your announcer on location in Morocco, Tyler Patton. Join us next time for Dead Calm and Dangerous Animals. Did you know that in Morocco they consume over 70,000 tons of tea anally every year? That's a lot of...
I think you read that wrong.
70,000 tons of tea annually. I see. That makes a lot more sense. We'll see you next time, folks.